Douluo, summons from the two-dimensional world. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 176, Helping the Enemy Clear the Obstacles. Xiao Han, the criminal army, reported that the Queen of the Xiandao Empire, Zhu King, brought 5,000 imperial guards and Queen Murengzhu, and has entered the entrance to the far north, Moan City. Yi handed the report to Yihan. Yihan looked at it carefully, and the corners of his mouth curled up slightly. It seems that Emperor Zhu is scared. This is basically inevitable. The Xiandao Empire's move this time is to fight for a wave. If it succeeds, their benefits will definitely be huge. If it fails, they will not fight us. Otherwise, we will join forces with the Douluo Empire, and the Xiandao Empire will not be able to bear it. As a general, Esdeath saw these very clearly. Because of Zhu King, this team moved very fast. In less than 4 or 5 days, they were almost close to the location of Jibing City. When they arrived at Jibing City, the leader of the Imperial Guard stepped forward quickly, and Zhu King had no time to stop him. Listen, everyone inside, the Queen of the Xiandao Empire is here. Why don't you come out to greet and salute? Faced with such an arrogant situation, Zhu King knew without thinking that it was Murengzhu's intention. The inner spy was really an idiot. You have to know that the Xiandao Empire is the weaker party now, and Murengzhu is still so confused about the situation. Yihan laughed when he heard the voices outside. Uncle Zhao, Old Man Bing, let's go meet this Murengzhu. Yihan was very clear about Zhu King's identity. This was not something she could do, no matter whether she was the Crown Prince Zhu King or Jinrixu. The figures of 3 people appeared at the gate of the city. Especially Murengzhu, seeing Yihan come out in person, she immediately felt very proud. How dare you, you don't salute when you see the Queen. The leader of the Imperial Guard scolded. Yihan frowned, let him be quiet. Zhao Lei's figure flashed, and the leader of the Imperial Guards fainted and fell unconscious on the snow. This action scared Murengzhu, and she subconsciously took a step back. The surrounding Imperial Guards also pointed at Yihan. You, what do you mean? I am the Queen of the Xiandao Empire. Yihan said irritably, didn't Emperor Zhu tell you clearly why you came back here? Murengzhu knew it, of course, but she thought that she was the queen anyway, and Yihan should respect her a little. Brother Yi, I haven't seen you for a long time, and I miss you very much. Facing the weird atmosphere, Zhu King slowly spoke to break it. Yihan looked at Zhu King and his originally cold expression disappeared. He said very familiarly, it's King. I haven't seen you for a long time, and I miss you very much too. In the eyes of the people around them, these are 2 good friends, but only Yihan and Zhu King know that although the 2 have a good relationship at present, it has not reached this point. Brother Yi, you also know my identity, the Prince of the Xiandao Empire. This is my mother. This action is the action of my father. I don't know. Please don't embarrass us. Zhu King showed a helpless expression. Yihan laughed. Since King has spoken, I will not embarrass you. Come on, come in and sit down. The temperature in the far north is really hard to describe. Come in and warm up. Then Brother Yi, my mother. Of course. Yihan smiled gently, then turned his head, and his originally dangerous face suddenly became cold. Except for the Queen, everyone else will be stationed outside. Otherwise the consequences will be at your own risk. Uncle Zhao, Old Man Bing will scare you. Such a polarized situation made Murengzhu look confused. She seemed to be double standard, and it was an extreme double standard. If Zhu King was not her son, her mentality would have collapsed. The Imperial Guards on one side did not agree at first, but 2 titled Douluo stood in front of them, and the 9th soul rings of both of them were 100,000-year soul rings, which was very telling. Under the 2 people's persuasion, the Imperial Guards were stationed outside the city and were very obedient. Yihan and Zhu King walked into the small hotel, talking and laughing, and Murengzhu followed. She also saw that Yihan was definitely not a good person. This time, his life might be in danger, but Yihan and her son Zhu King obviously have a good relationship, so this is a turning point. Brother Yi, I want to apologize to you for what happened to my father this time. Zhu King saluted respectfully. Yihan waved his hand. You are you, and Emperor Zhu is Emperor Zhu Yi. You don't have to salute for his mistakes, and I got what I wanted. At this point, Zhu King was a little confused. I don't know why Brother Yi insisted that my mother come. Logically, even if Brother Yi made a more outrageous request, my father would not refuse. Hearing that the two talked about her, Murengzu also pricked up her ears. She was also very curious. Although she did have a part in this matter, she was not the one who made the final decision. Yuhan said seriously, since we are talking about business, I will say it in advance. I hope the queen can tell me the truth about some questions, otherwise I will not give king any face. Murengzu was stunned. What on earth could be so serious? As long as I know, I will answer truthfully. I hope so. Yuhan said coldly, I don't have many questions, but only one. Why are you targeting Zuxi and Liu Yu mother and daughter? I want the whole process. I hope the queen can tell me word for word. As long as you finish, the queen can set off to return to the palace. Zhu King was stunned. She had investigated Zuxi and knew that she was a girl, still a child, and she didn't pay much attention to her. But she didn't expect Yuhan to mobilize the queen to ask this. Murengzu's face changed. She didn't know why Yuhan asked this. Logically, she had never told anyone about this. Even if it was Emperor Zuyi, the reason she used was that she could catch a few people around Yuhan to exchange Zuxi back. With Emperor Zuyi's care for his children, he naturally agreed. Don't think you know nothing. You should know Li Ping. You only have one chance. Otherwise, it will not be me who will interrogate you, but Esdeath. You can ask your son about her methods. I will give you 10 minutes to think about it. After saying that, Yuhan went to the side. Zhu King shuddered when she heard Esdeath's interrogation. This was true. She still remembered the tragic scene last time. This woman could still smile in such a situation. Mother, although I don't know what secrets you have, it's better to tell them. General Esdeath's methods cannot be described as extremely cruel, but only as perverted. Last time, I personally saw someone being skinned by him. Zhu King told her about what happened last time. Although she didn't say it in detail, Murengzu, as the queen, had never seen such a battle. Just listening to it made her feel like vomiting. She looked at Esdeath with a little fear. Okay, time is up. I don't know if the queen has thought it through. Yuhan said with a playful smile. Murengzu was slow to speak, her face was very hesitant. Yuhan shrugged, okay, since you don't want to talk, let Esdeath do it. I'll tell you. Seeing Yuhan going to find Esdeath after a disagreement, Murengzu sighed. This matter has to start with Liu Yu's pregnancy. After Liu Yu became pregnant, a drop of blood essence left in the treasure house by the ancestor of the Xiandao Empire automatically merged into Liu Yu's stomach. This proves that Liu Yu's child has a high blood level and the quality of the martial spirit will be surprisingly high. As long as this child is born, it will inevitably affect the position of king and the prince. So I prepared a pill to suppress the martial spirit and secretly gave it to Liu Yu, but in the end I still felt it was not safe, so I killed Liu Yu. It's all over. But I didn't expect Liu Yu to fake her death and run away. I tracked her down all the way and finally found her in Moan City, but she gave birth to a girl. Since she is a girl, she naturally cannot compete for the throne. When she was 6 years old, she didn't awaken her martial spirit. I was completely relieved and no longer cared about them. Yuhan asked in confusion, since you haven't cared about it for more than 10 years, why do you want to do it again recently? The jade pendant in the treasury has reacted. This is what the ancestor said when the Xiandao Empire is facing life and death, the person in the jade pendant can save the Xiandao Empire. Since it is Zuzai, it's ridiculous. I can't let her become the emperor. Murengzu said excitedly. Zhu King on the side really didn't expect this to happen, and then asked curiously, doesn't the emperor know? I know, but he doesn't know Zuzai, he just thinks she is an ordinary person, so he has been sending people to look for her. Murengzu explained bitterly. Yuhan understood it now. In the final analysis, Murengzu has 2 sons in total, the eldest son Zhu King, and the youngest son Zhu Bang. The other princes are not born to Murengzu. But the competitive second and third princes have been killed by Zhu King. Now a woman suddenly appears and threatens her son's position, so she must be dealt with as soon as possible. What a touching motherly love. Bullshit. Yuhan really wanted to tell Murengzu now, guess why the Xiandao Empire is in crisis, it's because your eldest son Zhu King has been replaced. Since you are still clearing obstacles for your enemies, you are really amazing. Zhu King on the side didn't expect this to happen. Looking at Yuhan with a speechless face, the whole person looked at Yuhan helplessly, And the meaning was very clear: you won't expose me. Yuhan didn't care about the trivial matters of the Xiandao Empire. After all, if Zuzai was willing, he would definitely let Zuzai take the throne and become the first generation of Empress of the Xiandao Empire. Chapter 177 Don't Hit Me. After thoroughly understanding Murinzu's purpose, Yuhan had no intention of staying in the far north any longer. He originally thought it was some earth-shattering melon, but in the end, he didn't expect that it would still be a cliché story of fighting for the throne. Yuhan, come here for a moment, I have something to tell you. Zhu King looked at the people who were packing up and quietly came to Yuhan's side. Yuhan looked back with a puzzled look on his face, and was pulled away by Zhu King when he wanted to say something. Until he walked outside, Yuhan pulled his hand out of Zhu King's hand with force. What are you doing? If you were Jinriksu now, it would be fine, but you kissed me in the guise of Zhu King, and others thought I was gay. Zhu King was a little angry when he heard this, but when he thought of the purpose of coming to Yuhan, he took a deep breath. Can you really revive my grandfather? Not me, it's you. Yuhan said seriously. This kind of thing must be made clear. He can help Jinriksu repair Jin Daoliu's soul, but he will never help Jinriksu repair Jin Daoliu's body and revive him. Yuhan was basically firmly resisting this thankless task. How can I revive? I have no way. You lied to me. Zhu King pulled Yuhan anxiously. Yuhan waved his hand ruthlessly. Don't be like this. You are acting like a spoiled child in front of Zhu King. Are you testing my upper limit or lower limit? Zhu King calmed down after hearing this. Didn't you say in your previous letter that you could revive my grandfather? You'd better read it carefully. I can only help you repair Jin Daoliu's soul, and you have to complete the task of reviving her by yourself. If you don't know how to revive, I can show you a way. Yuhan said unceremoniously. What method? As long as I have the chance, I must try it. And what does it mean to repair the soul? Can you explain it clearly? Faced with these questions, Yuhan scratched his hair irritably. Wait a minute. Yuhan shouted to the room, Sister Yi, Esdeath, come out for a moment. The two looked at each other and quickly walked out the door. Don't worry about repairing the soul. I'll introduce you to an expert, Shifengin Yi, who specializes in repairing souls. Zhu King looked at Yi suspiciously, then looked at Yuhan, as if to say, are you sure? She is a soul king, is she that powerful? Of course not, you have to wait. Yi will become a god on the end, but when she reaches the title Douluo, she will probably be able to do this. Yuhan explained calmly. Thinking about the talents of these monsters, Zhu King nodded slightly. Does the soul dissipate when a person dies? Oh. Yuhan smiled awkwardly. In order to ensure that Jin Daoliu is completely dead, I didn't hold back at all. The safest way was to kill Jin Daoliu's soul, which was done by Yi. Listening to Yuhan's words, Yi rolled his eyes. You are too good at diverting hatred. Zhu King heard this and felt angry, but thinking about his grandfather's resurrection and asking Yi, he suppressed his anger. What's the way to resurrect? Zhu King asked with some anticipation. Esdeath, activate the ice flower. After Yuhan finished speaking, the soul power on Esdeath fluctuated, and an ice flower appeared in front of everyone. Little Esdeath, are you looking for me? Have you figured it out? Luo's excited voice came from the ice flower. Yuhan listened to the crazy woman and said calmly, I'm looking for you. You little brat, I'll leave first. Luo's originally gentle and soft tone suddenly became very impatient. Yuhan admitted that he was broken. This was too hypocritical. Old woman, wait for me. If you leave now, I have the ability to let you sit on the position of the god of ice forever. Do you believe it? Luo, who originally wanted to fight with Yuhan, heard this. That was too much. She couldn't let the position of the god of ice lock up her youth, even though she was already very old. But the age of a girl has always been a secret. Moreover, if she couldn't find an heir now, she would be caught and inherit the things she hadn't dealt with for 100 years, which was even more troublesome. It turned out to be handsome Yuhan. What do you want me for? Luo asked flatteringly. Yuhan nodded with satisfaction. Ask you something, as a god, can you resurrect a person? Resurrection? As long as the soul is there, after becoming a god, you can basically do whatever you want. Luo said casually. Really? Zhu King asked in surprise. Unfamiliar voice, unfamiliar soul power, let me see. A special power appeared in the ice flower, and the next moment Luo said in surprise, is this the successor you found for me? With her talent, she will definitely inherit the position of the god of ice. Forget it. Didn't you feel it before? Jinriksu has a test from God. Aren't you afraid that the god of angels will chase you out and beat you? Yuhan said unhappily. What are you afraid of? Fortune and wealth are sought in danger. When the time comes, the sky is high and the emperor is far away, and I can fly all over the world. I don't believe that the god of angels can find me. Luo Zai can naturally feel the divine power in Jinriksu's body. But what does it matter? At that time, as long as the person inherits the throne of the god of ice, can the god of time still kill her? Little girl, do you have the idea of becoming the god of ice? As long as you ask, I will help you get rid of your current god test, and then you can participate in my god of ice test. The task is absolutely simple, the rewards are generous, and the position is also free. It is simply a rare and good god position. Luo Zai was like a pyramid scheme, frantically recommending his god position to Jinriksu. Jinriksu was so embarrassed. Who can stand this? Shouldn't God be a little cooler? Although she carries the inheritance of the god of angels, Luo Zai is the first god she knows. Well, thank you for the favor of the god of ice, but our Wuhan Hall has been in contact with the angel god position for generations, and my Wuhan is also an angel, so I won't consider other god positions. Zhu King smiled awkwardly. Luo Zai sighed with regret after hearing this. The next moment, the ice flower trembled, and a panicked voice came out from it. Oh my god, how did you find this place? Don't slap me in the face. I didn't bewitch your heir to the throne. This kind of thing still requires mutual consent. Seeing the ice flower fly into Esdeath's body with a dull look, the corners of their mouths twitched slightly. Is Luo Zai okay? I think it should be the god of angels who came to the door, so it's normal to be beaten. Yihan was a little embarrassed, and then looked at Zhu King on the side. So the goal is here, become a god. Zhu King nodded seriously. Although she originally valued strength, she didn't really take it seriously because of her extraordinary talent, but at this moment, the soul power level seemed particularly important. Thank you for this time. Although you helped me revive my grandfather, I will definitely beat you up when my grandfather is resurrected. Don't worry, I will show mercy. Zhu King said with a smile. Yihan pursed his lips in disdain. We'll talk about it later. Jinriksu's problem was solved, and everyone in the hotel naturally packed up, and the group's return journey officially began. Yihan didn't plan to do anything to Murongsu. The one who really needs to pay the price is not just one person, but the entire Xiandao Empire. In addition, Jinriksu's identity has not been exposed, and Murongsu is still Zhu King's mother, so Yihan still has to give her enough face. Of course, this is not given for nothing. Jinriksu and Yihan are in cahoots, sincere cooperation, and reach a temporary cooperation. Yihan helps her get the position of the Pope of the Spirit Hall. Jinriksu wants to tell him about the big moves of the Xiandao Empire and the Spirit Hall. Without Jin Daoliu's persuasion, coupled with the seeds that Yihan had planted in Jinriksu's heart before, the relationship between Jinriksu and Bibidong has become very bad. Since Jinriksu is determined to be the Pope, this is also what Yihan wants to see. Chapter 178. As long as you blow the tree of life, we will be friends. In the Xiandao Imperial City, Emperor Zhu was relieved when he saw the Queen Murongsu and the Crown Prince Zhu King returning safely. Emperor Zhu also asked Yihan about his purpose. Zhu King had already been very considerate to help his mother think of a good story on the way. Both of them confessed what they should and shouldn't say. This made Murongsu suddenly feel that everything she had done over the years was worth it. Her son Zhu King always stood by her side, even if he deceived the emperor of the Xiandao Empire, he didn't hesitate. In fact, in the final analysis, this was just a plan by Zhu King and Yihan. Zhu Zai was still too weak now. Although she had Yihan's protection, she was not suitable to stand in front of people. So the two of them acted out a play. Zhu King asked Yihan and others not to tell anyone about this matter, otherwise Murongsu would be banished to the cold palace even if she didn't die. This was understandable. After all, it involved the ancestors of the Xiandao Empire, and Emperor Zhu would definitely take it seriously. Yihan also reluctantly agreed for Zhu King's sake. With the two acting like this, Zhu King was seen as a good son who compromised for his mother in Murongsu's eyes. His status in Emperor Zhu was naturally not low. After all, Zhu King personally proposed to take Murongsu there and guaranteed Murongsu's safety. This required some courage. Emperor Zhu did not believe everything and sent people out to investigate. However, The final result was similar to what Zhu King said, so he did not dwell on it anymore. Not falling out with Anil City was the key point of this matter. On the other side, Yihan naturally did not worry that Jinriksu would secure the position of the crown prince because of this incident. After all, Jinriksu no longer looked down on the crown prince. What she wanted was the position of the Pope of the Spirit Hall. Compared with the Xiandao Imperial City, Anil City was a little farther away from the far north. Zudi, Bingdi, the location here can be transformed to the dotted line before. It can be regarded as your territory. Clean it up and take you to meet some friends. Yihan told Zudi and Bingdi the place he had asked people to prepare before. When they came in from the back door, they had basically believed in Yihan when they saw the starred-out Great Forest and the soul beasts in the city. Now that Yihan gave them such a huge territory, they were still very moved. Xiao Hanzi, I didn't expect you to be so generous. Sister misunderstood you before. Bingdi hugged Yihan very familiarly and said in surprise. Yihan left Bingdi's arms in a bad mood. Either call me Yihan or call me Xiaohan. Xiao Hanzi said that I am the same as a eunuch. What is a eunuch? Bingdi asked curiously. You don't need to know, just know not to call me Xiao Hanzi anymore. Yihan said unhappily. Okay, Xiao Hanzi, whatever you say is what it is. Seeing that the Ice Emperor started to act like a rogue, Yihan angrily glanced at Zhao Lei beside him, who turned around very skillfully and pretended not to see. All of the ways that the Ice Emperor acted like a rogue were taught by Zhao Lei, and they were almost exactly the same. I don't want to bother with you. I'll clean up and show you around the door. Don't go the wrong way. Yihan was already planning to ignore the Ice Emperor. It must be said that the ability of the Snow Emperor and the Ice Emperor to change the terrain is still very terrifying. Although it is not as good as the far north, in just a short while, the entire circled area has been covered with ice and snow. Because it was controlled by the Snow Emperor, a very interesting situation appeared. It was snowing here, but it was still sunny on the other side. This is where humans live in Anil City. As long as you don't cause trouble, you can enter here at will. It doesn't matter if you eat and drink. Yihan said casually. The Ice Emperor and the Snow Emperor looked at the bustling city and were a little dazed for a while. After all, they were soul beasts, and this was their first time in a human city. Zuir, look. The Ice Emperor pointed to a place. Zudi looked over and saw a snow-white rabbit in a place selling vegetables. The two of them could tell at a glance that it was a soul beast. The rabbit pointed to the carrots in the box very skillfully. The shopkeeper also took out the carrots and put them in the small box behind the rabbit. The little rabbit also jumped away. The people in the city are too friendly. Bingdi was a little unbelievable. You know, in their opinion, the rabbit in front of them is a soul beast of 4,000 or 5,000 years old. It is no different from looking for death to wander around in the human city with weak strength, and there are many such cases along the way. Yihan smiled and explained, the soul beasts here can also come to buy things. As for the money, it is recorded in the wages of Dion and the others. When the time comes, the merchants can go to Liai's city defense army to exchange it. These are all soul masters who have special records to ensure that no one is cheating, which is also convenient for soul beasts and sellers. In addition, Dion only allows some weak herbivorous soul beasts who live in Anil City to come to the city to buy. Why? Are they afraid that they don't have enough money? Zudi asked puzzledly. That's not the case. According to them, once carnivorous animals get used to buying, they will lose their attack power and wildness. Unless they live in Anil City all the time, they will die if they enter the Xingdao Great Forest. This is the law of the jungle. Yihan had no reason to dissuade him. This was something he was happy to see. First of all, Dion did nothing wrong. He was used to a comfortable life. Once he entered the Xingdao Great Forest, even if he was not killed by natural enemies, he would die at the hands of humans and become a spirit ring. Neither Dion nor Yihan could have thought of this. The Xingdao Great Forest in Anil City was created to help some weak spirit beasts or to help some spirit beasts survive their infancy. It was not to destroy them, which would be putting the cart before the horse. Another point is that the appearance of large carnivorous spirit beasts in the city will inevitably have some impact on the nearby caravans. People in the city are used to seeing them often, but the caravans passing by are not. This Dion did the right thing. Only when one becomes strong can one succeed. Especially for powerful soul beasts, once they slack off, it is the beginning of their true death. Snow Emperor said with some realization. Yuhan shrugged. Let's go. I've asked. Old Tree and Old Bear are all with Tian. We can go together. I'll introduce you to them. Along the way, Snow Emperor was fine, but Ice Emperor was curious about everything and wanted everything. At the beginning, it was okay. Yuhan bought some, but later he understood Ice Emperor's short-lived personality and directly dragged Ice Emperor to the Dimension Academy. Boss. Don't say this Anil City is really good. The 10,000 Demon King said with some emotion after absorbing the energy of the Tree of Life. Ziji on the side also echoed, yes. Life is comfortable, there is nothing to be afraid of. The people here are also very friendly to soul beasts. It's just that someone had to quarrel with Tian for this at the beginning. Shangjun blushed, but still said very frankly, I really didn't expect a human to be able to do this at the beginning. I was wrong. Tian didn't care about it at all. Suddenly, his eyes flashed and he looked outside the door. Yuhan brought people here. No, it should be 2 soul beasts, both of which are strong. One of them is as strong as me. The people present were all stunned. If they are about the same strength as Tian, then they must be soul beasts of at least 600,000 years old. There is definitely no such thing in the Xingdao Great Forest. Why are you all here today? Yuhan walked in and asked with a smile. Snow Empress on the side looked at Tian with a condensed look in her eyes, and stood in front of Ice Empress. Binger, this person is very strong, possibly stronger than me. Tian looked at Snow Empress deeply, then turned to look at Yuhan. Recently, I will bring them here one day a week to absorb some energy from the Tree of Life, so that they can survive the Thunder Tribulation. Hearing the word Thunder Tribulation, Ice Empress and Snow Empress also revealed their curiosity. After all, as soul beasts, they are still very sensitive to Thunder Tribulation. Can this tree survive the Thunder Tribulation? You can feel it. Tian was not on guard against Snow Empress either, and he had to respect the other party if his strength was equal. Snow Empress felt it for a while, and said with some surprise, such a strong vitality, it's incredible. If I had his help, my Thunder Tribulation of 600,000 years wouldn't be so miserable. And this tree has been carefully taken care of by someone, and the person who took care of it is really amazing. Tian raised his mouth imperceptibly when he heard this. Now Tian said, don't ask, as long as you blow the Tree of Life, we are good friends. Good. You have good vision. My name is Tian, and these are Biji, Ziji, Shangjun, and the King of 10,000 Demons. They are all soul beasts. You can also come here to practice later. Tian said with a smile. Upon hearing this, Zudi cupped her hands and said, my name is Zudi, and this is Bingdi. Thank you all very much. However, I have a friend who is also a soul beast. Can we come together? Sure, since he is your friend, I will naturally not be stingy. Seeing that the few people were getting along well, Yuhan thought of the golden lightning in his body, and said with great enthusiasm, everyone, if you need to overcome the Thunder Tribulation in the future, come to me. It doesn't matter how many years it has taken, I will guarantee it. If you have friends who need to overcome the Thunder Tribulation, you can also come to me. Tian looked at Yuhan in surprise. Having been with Yuhan for such a long time, Tian knew that Yuhan would not brag. Did you have any special adventure? It can't be considered an adventure. It's just that the Thunder Tribulation seems to have no effect on me. Yuhan touched his nose and chuckled. This is also what Atai discovered that time. For a moment, except for Bingdi, Shangjun, Wan Yao Wang, and Ziji who were a little unbelieving, everyone else took a breath of cold air. Chapter 179 Old Lover. I don't believe it. I don't believe it either. Indeed, it's nonsense to rely on human flesh to resist the thunder. You will die immediately. Ziji, the king of 10,000 monsters, and Shangjun all didn't believe it. After all, it was too ridiculous. I think it's possible. When I first came to Anil City with Tian, I didn't expect Yuhan to create a city where soul beasts and humans coexist. Biji supported Yuhan. What Yuhan said. It should be true. Tian vaguely remembered the unfinished Camelot, which was gorgeous and shocking. I believe that someone can resist the thunder with their flesh, but I prefer Xiaofeng. Bingdi didn't believe that Yuhan could do that at all. Xiaofeng? Hanzhou Feng? Tian asked doubtfully. Snow Empress nodded. Well, this little girl helped Atai survive the 200,000-year Thunder Tribulation. She was standing in the Thunder Tribulation and talking and laughing. The Thunder Tribulation could not cause any harm to her at all. It was okay for the few people who had seen the real situation, but Ziji and the others who had not seen it felt horrified just by hearing it. Is this really something that humans can do? Dian thought for a while and nodded with some certainty. Well, if it was Ben Xiaofeng, she could indeed do this. When I was experiencing the 600,000-year thunder tribulation, she was the sole sect and withstood 5 thunder tribulations. Dian said it easily, but Snow Empress, as someone who had experienced the 600,000-year thunder tribulation, knew that the 600,000-year thunder tribulation was a world of difference from the 200,000-year thunder tribulation. Stop talking. Is there anyone who wants to survive the thunder tribulation? If so, bring them here, otherwise forget it. Yihan did not intend to waste his breath. Anyway, the thunder tribulation was a matter of fate. Seeing Yihan leaving with Ice Empress and Snow Empress, the people around the Tree of Life became lively. How much do you think Yihan can believe this time? The 10,000 Demon King asked expectantly. Ziji looked at the excited 10,000 Demon King and teased him playfully. Something's going on. Old Tree. Are you stealing a girl behind our backs? What? Since Old Tree is liked by a soul beast, it's outrageous. How can I, the Great Bear King, be ignored? Bear King was a stubborn person. He was upset when he heard that the 10,000 Demon King had a lover. We agreed to be single together, but you secretly found a female soul beast. The king of 10,000 demons was a little embarrassed for a while, but he had lived for hundreds of thousands of years, and he quickly adjusted his mentality. There's indeed someone I like. She is a Unavoidable tree. She was about to pass the thunder tribulation a long time ago, but I was not sure until now. But you also know that things like thunder tribulation will still appear even if they are suppressed. Then bring it here. Biji smiled and said, think about it, for 200,000 years, we soul beasts have no way, but don't Yihan and the others have it? Even if Yihan can't do it, don't we still have Xiaofeng? Dian also nodded, that's right, since they are back, quickly solve your problem, otherwise when they leave for something next time, your Unavoidable tree will really not suddenly burst into thunder tribulation. The king of 10,000 demons heard that it was true. If this really broke out, and the Unavoidable tree didn't survive it, it would be over. I'll go now, you notify Yihan. At this moment, Yihan introduced several teachers in the Dimension Academy, and then walked out of the Dimension Academy and began to introduce the basic composition of Anil City. Wow! This place is so beautiful. What is it for? Bingdi asked excitedly as he looked at a magnificent palace. Yihan took a look and smiled faintly. This is designed by Leah herself according to her previous memories. It's called Camelot. Leah basically lives in it now. Zudi looked around and said, these buildings that have no rules at all should be your territory. Yes, they are all designed by myself. Although they look messy, each one has its own architectural style, which is also loved by everyone. Yihan explained. Zudi also nodded to show her understanding, and walked around Anil City quietly with Yihan. She really didn't expect that the entire Anil City would be so well organized. Where there are people, there will be disputes. Naturally, there are people fighting and quarreling in Anil City. At this time, the importance of the city defense army is highlighted, and there is also the existence of the criminal army in the entire city. The crime rate in Anil City can be said to be terribly low. Of course, this is also the conclusion drawn by some people who don't believe in evil after paying a bloody lesson. After walking here, the general structure of Anil City has been explained. As for Binghaoyu, it's not that Yihan values love over friendship, but Binghaoyu now forms the 3 heroes of Anil City with Xiaolei and Dugubo. This title is self-proclaimed. The 3 of them are in cahoots with each other, so why do they need Yihan to introduce them? Binghaoyu probably knows more than Yihan now, especially about the places for entertainment. Ziohan. Here. Just when the 3 were enjoying the tranquility of Anil City, Biji appeared out of nowhere. Yihan looked at Biji in confusion. What's wrong? Before Biji could speak, Ziji couldn't wait to say, the old lover of the old tree is going to pass the tribulation. I hope you and Xiaofeng can help. Old lover. Yihan looked weird. What can 2 trees do? Bang. Yihan's head was hit by Zudi and Biji. Don't worry about this kind of thing, kids. Tisk. When? Yihan looked at the 2 people who cherished each other unhappily. Right away. Biji explained, the king of 10,000 monsters has gone to the Xingdao Great Forest to pick people up. Then let's set off directly. And the location will be the place where we fought with Jin Douluo. Anyway, it's already a ruin, how bad can it be? Yihan quickly changed direction. Aren't you going to notify Xiao Feng? Ziji asked worriedly. She still didn't trust Yihan. Yihan rolled his eyes. Notify, gather there. After all, Yihan and others have a guild group, so it's very convenient to notify. Yihan directly called Benjo Feng in the group. Sister Feng, this is also delicious, do you want to eat it? Ata looked at the human city excitedly. It has been 200,000 years, and it is really the first time to come to a human city. Ata is like a curious baby, wanting to try everything he sees, most of which are food. This is much better than Bingdi. Ata doesn't dislike anything. Benjo Feng also took Ata to stroll around Anil City. Ata, we are going to a place where someone survives the Thunder Tribulation. It lasts for 200,000 years. Benjo Feng's words directly pulled Ata back from his immersion in Anil City. Thunder Tribulation. Sister Feng, are you finally going to teach me how to survive the Thunder Tribulation? Ata shouted excitedly. Benjo Feng smiled awkwardly, go and see if you can figure out something when the time comes. The two of them moved forward quickly and soon arrived at a familiar place. Ata, who was originally very excited, became very quiet and well-behaved when he entered the ruins. To be honest, how could he not be quiet? Not to mention the pressure from deep down, just a residual aura on this battlefield, Ata felt that he would not survive no matter which side he was on. In addition, Ata could feel that he was the weakest among the soul beasts present, and the only one who was similar to him, Ziji, also had a feeling of blood suppression. Bingbi and Zudi were also shocked by this battlefield, because the residual aura was too terrifying. There are at least 3 kinds of energy that Zudi felt that she could not solve. Yihan, who was fighting here originally. The 7 of us took Dion to kill Jin Douluo, an extreme Douluo who had passed the divine test. His tombstone is still over there. Yihan said casually. I'm back. I'm back. The voice of the 10,000 Demon King came from a distance, with a very mature queen on his back. Don't say that, although the original body is a tree. But I didn't expect that after it turned into a human, it was so beautiful. Okay. Old tree, queen style. Yihan gave a thumbs up to the 10,000 Demon King. The 10,000 Demon King smiled shyly when he heard this. Shangjun on the side looked at the beautiful girl behind the 10,000 Demon King and felt jealous. No. I want to find one too. Chapter 180, Don't you want to praise me? This was not the first time for the King of 10,000 Demons to be on the battlefield, so he was used to it and naturally didn't feel anything. But this was the first time for Wan Huaishu. In particular, Wan Huaishu could feel that there were soul beasts and humans here, and none of the soul beasts were weaker than her. As for Yihan and others, they seemed to have a good relationship with these soul beasts. After all, the King of 10,000 Demons had never told Wan Huaishu about Anil City. Xiao Y, let me introduce you. This is my boss, Dion, and the rest are. The King of 10,000 Demons gave a detailed introduction. Wan Huaishu was even more confused. She must have heard of the reputation of the beast god Dion in the Xingdao Great Forest. There was also a Snow Emperor who is similar to Dion, a human who could help him survive the Thunder Tribulation. What the hell was this? She didn't dare to ask more questions now, but she was full of doubts. Yihan also saw Wan Huaishu's embarrassment, and said sympathetically, my name is Yihan, you can call me Xiao Han, and I will call you Sister Y as the main force that helped you to overcome the tribulation this time. You can tell me if you have any questions, and I still have a certain say here. Wan Huaishu looked at Yihan gratefully. Xiao Han, what is going on? The old tree hurried back and said that he found a way to help me overcome the Thunder Tribulation, and then dragged me over. If so many soul beasts overcome the Thunder Tribulation together, what will happen? Yihan smiled. Sister Y, they are not overcoming the tribulation, they will leave when the time comes. I will help you overcome the Thunder Tribulation, you just need to activate the Thunder Tribulation. After a little explanation, Wan Huaishu finally understood what was going on. Although she was a little skeptical, the nearby soul beasts had made guarantees, and Yihan gave her a good feeling. In addition to the reputation of Anil City and the recommendation of the 10,000 Demon King, Wan Huaishu was ready to give it a try. I'm going to start guiding the Thunder Tribulation, you guys. After Wan Huaishu finished speaking, the surrounding soul beasts had disappeared, leaving only Ben Tiaofeng and Yihan, and a fearless Titan Snow Demon King. Atai, Go to the Snow Emperor first. Yuhan pointed to the Snow Emperor's position. Atai said firmly, no, Sister Feng said she would teach me how to resist the thunder tribulation. Yuhan looked at Atai speechlessly, and then looked at Ben Tiaofeng on the side. The latter smiled awkwardly, and then said with a straight face, you can't resist it now, go over there to observe first, otherwise I. Seeing that Ben Tiaofeng seemed angry, Atai left immediately. Sister Feng, don't be angry, I'll prepare delicious food for you. Okay, Sister Y can start. Yuhan said with a smile. Wan Huaishu nodded, and waves of dark clouds gathered in the sky. Yuhan also communicated with golden lightning in his heart. Don't frame me, if I don't defend, I will die directly. Yuhan asked suspiciously. A message appeared in his mind, it's okay, I'll help you. I'll trust you once. Boom. A bolt of lightning fell from the sky, Yuhan stood there without dodging, and the blue lightning roared down. In fact, Yuhan was still very nervous, but the next moment a comfortable feeling filled his body. Not only was there nothing wrong, Yuhan even felt that his body was being exercised. Sister Y, stand further away, don't hurt you. Yuhan confirmed that he was fine and said very pretentiously. Wan Huaishu was confused. Wasn't the person in front of him too outrageous? This was a thunderbolt, a thunder tribulation. Can you be a little more respectful? However, at this time, Wan Huaishu naturally would not stop him, but stood aside obediently. Damn. It's true. Yuhan can really resist the thunder tribulation. And it's very easy. Bingdi said in disbelief. Atai looked at him with a burning look, and this situation made him more certain that Benjo Feng's ability could be learned. Yuhan and Benjo Feng seemed to have different ways of dealing with thunder tribulation. Zudi frowned. Emperor Yuan also calmed down and felt it. That's right, Ben Xiaofeng is resisting, but Yuhan is absorbing the thunder tribulation. Hey, are you kidding me? Is it possible for a human to absorb the thunder? And what if Yuhan absorbs the little locust tree? The 10,000 Demon King asked excitedly. Don't worry, Yuhan is just absorbing the scattered thunder, and most of the energy still appears in the body of the 10,000 Sephora tree. The words of the Snow Emperor made the 10,000 Demon King feel at ease. The thunder tribulation ended soon, and Yuhan felt better than ever before. The 10,000 Sephora tree on the side was also confused, and inexplicably solved the thunder tribulation by itself. Thank you for this matter, Ziohan. If you need anything from me, just tell me. The 10,000 Sephora tree looked at Yuhan with a very gentle look. Yuhan smiled. It's nothing serious, tell the old tree about the rest. I'll withdraw first. At this moment, a large amount of energy from the thunder gathered in Yuhan's body, which was all fed back by the golden lightning. Yuhan had to find a place to refine it. This was a pleasant surprise. At first, I just wanted to see the power of the golden lightning, but I didn't expect such a good thing. Yuhan quickly found a quiet place to practice after leaving. A large amount of lightning energy filled Yuhan's body, but because of the golden lightning, these originally violent energies became very docile. For a whole day and night, Yuhan was frantically digesting energy, and his soul power also increased dramatically. He has reached level 60. If he didn't have a soul ring, he should be able to break through. This is too cool. One thunder tribulation has this effect. If I find more thunder tribulations, can't I directly become a title Douluo? Yuhan thought with surprise. But the next moment, a voice sounded in his mind. It doesn't exist. Most of these energies are from Ditian. Titan Snow Demon King and Wan Huaishu have very little. Yuhan understood that this was the voice of the golden lightning. It made sense to think about it. After all, Ditian's tribulation was a thunder tribulation of 600,000 years, not to mention that the golden lightning came from the thunder tribulation. It is reasonable to carry a large amount of energy, but this allows Yuhan to see a shortcut to quickly upgrade. At this moment, the guild group was also lively because of Yuhan's upgrade. Esdeath, Ziohan, what did you do? After I broke through to level 55, I can continue. Leah, yes, didn't I just help someone to overcome a thunder tribulation yesterday? How come you made it seem like you had to overcome the tribulation yourself? Tao Dao, my dear friend, are you working hard in secret and then make a splash? Yoruichi, at Hanzhou Feng Xiaofeng, aren't you with Ziohan? What's going on? Hanzhou Feng, I don't know either. Ziohan ran away in a hurry yesterday, and didn't say where he was going. Tang San, what is at Hanzhou Feng doing at this time? You should at Yuhan Xiaohong come out and stop peeking at the screen. I know you are there. Come out and explain the situation. After being discovered by Tang San, Yihan no longer hid. Yihan, ha ha ha. Now you can feel my extraordinary talent. In one night, I broke through to level 60, and I tell you, if I didn't have a spirit ring, I would have reached at least level 62. Esdeath, speak human language, or I'll find you now. Leah, +1. Yihan, no, I just absorbed the power of the thunder tribulation and gained a lot of spirit power from it. After refining it, I broke through. Don't worry. After explaining clearly, the few people no longer paid attention to Yihan and began to concentrate on practicing. Yihan naturally knew that Esdeath and others were so anxious to find him to clarify, which was because they cared about him, but it was outrageous that they didn't praise him after they had clarified it. This made him feel like he didn't exist. There was no joy of upgrading at all. Yihan, why don't you praise me? At least encourage me. Yihan became more and more angry as he thought about it, and decided to ask. Esdeath, keep up the good work. Leah, great. Kurumi, amazing. Hanjo Keed, brother Han is awesome. Yoruichi, not bad. Tao, my dear friend, that's awesome. I'll work harder. Seeing such a perfunctory answer, Yihan's mouth twitched slightly. He sighed, walked out of the room, touched his stomach. I'm hungry. I'll find something to eat, and then come to you in person. I don't believe that I won't say anything when I stand in front of you. Chapter 181, Emergency. With Yihan's unremitting efforts, he finally got the answer he wanted. But the premise of getting praise is to be severely punished by Esdeath, but the final result is good. Life is so comfortable now. I hope it will stay like this. Yihan lay on the old chair, basking in the sun very comfortably. Can you lean to the side, kid? The sunlight of the tree of life has been divided. Dian looked at Yihan with disdain. Yihan didn't care at all, stretched his waist, and said nonchalantly, let's not talk about whether I can share his sunlight. Even if I share it, he can't do anything to me. Faced with Yihan's performance of a dead pig not afraid of boiling water, Dian was very helpless. Are you going to lie here like this? Not practicing. I have been practicing. Since I got the 6th soul ring, I have been level 64. Isn't this enough hard work? It's just that today is a rare rest time. Can't I come over to rest for a while? Yihan said angrily when he thought of this. Yihan got angry when he talked about cultivation. He originally wanted to wait for Esdeath and others, but when Yihan was being servile, Esdeath took Yihan to find Dian. Then everything went smoothly. Dian found a soul beast that was about to die, obtained soul rings and soul bones, and instantly reached level 63 because of the surplus of heavenly thunder. Yihan, who originally thought it was over, was forced to start his own cultivation journey. In just a few months, he reached level 64. You know, this is not a low level. After upgrading to level 64, he finally got a rare rest. Xiaohan, don't sleep, something happened. Yi appeared beside Yihan in an instant and woke Yihan up directly. Yihan rubbed his eyes in a daze and said weakly, what can happen now? Logically, these years should be the quietest years in Douluo Continent. According to the original novel, the Shrek 7 Devils parted ways. Tang San was taken away by Tang Hao and entered the Slaughter City. Ningrongrong was in the 7 Treasures Glazed sect. Oscar was practicing in the far north. Mo Hongjin traveled around the continent. Dai Mubei and Zhu Ziuqing returned to the Xingluo Empire to compete for the position of Crown Prince, and Xiao Wu was in the Xingdao Great Forest. Logically, nothing big should happen. A ruin appeared between Moan City and Zuayu City in the far north, and according to the news from outside, it may be the Palace of the Gods Test. The specific news is that the Min clan tried and could not enter the ruins, and now it is considered that all parties have gathered. Yi said solemnly. Yihan was stunned when he heard the news. What the hell is a ruin? Although I know this is a real world, it can't be so real. The butterfly effect is not something you can change like this. Things have already happened, and Yihan will naturally not sit still and wait for death. If a Palace of the God of Examination really appears now, it will inevitably break the balance of the entire continent. It may even affect the outcome of the final battle. Yihan has to be on guard against this. Get ready. Notify Zhu Di and Bing Di and the others to prepare to return to the far north. This matter must be investigated clearly. I will go find Esdeath. Yihan made a prompt decision, stood up, and left quickly. Yi also left quickly. Esdeath's territory is still very large because of the training of the army. Yihan had mentioned it in the guild group in advance, and Esdeath was already waiting for Yihan at the gate of the barracks. What's the situation? Esdeath asked puzzledly. Yihan panted, let's find Luo Zai first, I have something to ask her. Esdeath nodded, and ice flowers appeared. It's been a long time, Esdeath, have you finally figured it out? No, I'm looking for you. Yihan spoke quickly. Why are you here again? Luo Zai said speechlessly. But this time Yihan was not going to argue with Luo Zai. There is something serious. Has anyone in your god realm recently sent down a divine test? The location is behind Mohan City in the far north and in front of Zuayu City. Hearing the word divine test, Luo Zai also knew the importance of this matter. It can't be a divine test. The far north is my territory. Who dares to send down a divine test in my territory without notifying me? Is it possible that you didn't know about it? After all, you have been out for a long time. Yihan asked tentatively. You must know that the position of god obtained by Bibi Dong is in the city of slaughter, hidden under the position of Shura god, and even Shura god didn't notice it. What's more, Luo Zai, a god who doesn't care about worldly affairs. Yihan's words really made Luo Zai hesitate. After a moment of silence, Luo Zai said seriously, I'll go back and check it out, and I'll give you news in a few days. Watching the ice flower dimly entering Esdeath's body, Yihan knew that Luo Zai would probably go to confirm it without stopping. During this time, Yihan did not intend to sit and wait for death, and it would always be okay to go and have a look. Moreover, this matter is absolutely the right time and place for him. You know, in the far north, it is simply the home court of the Ice Emperor and the Snow Emperor. The matter is of great importance. All the people who were notified also knew the importance of the matter and quickly gathered at the door. Since we are all here, let's go. Yihan did not hesitate to wave his hand and announce the departure. This time, the lineup can also be said to be very luxurious. Bingheo Ayu, Zhaolei, two titled Douluo, Ice Emperor and Snow Emperor, and Dian who took the initiative to ask to go together, and Titan Snow Demon King who insisted on following. Yihan's Zanel City received the news, and the Xiandao Empire, Xingluo Empire, and Wuhanhao were naturally indispensable. Some forces naturally knew the news. The Kibaoliuli sect, one of the top 3 sects, has countless small sects. Yihan did not force them not to go to the sects or students in Anil City, but most people still have self-knowledge. For example, the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex family, Yu Yuansun saw it very clearly, even if it is a divine test, so what? He is already very old and not even level 99, is it necessary to fight for it? There is no chance of winning against a group of monsters to compete for the position of god. It is better to practice at home and spend the rest of his life in peace. As Yihan set off, the major forces have also deployed a large number of troops. To be honest, this is the first time that a heritage close to god has appeared on the Douluo Continent. You must know that the soul god forged by Yihan and others last time was forged after all. The sea god island is too mysterious, and few people know about it. Now the ruins that suddenly appeared are so powerful. Even if it is not the palace of the divine test, there must be good things. No one can give up such an opportunity. Lord Yihan. Chen Shuo appeared cautiously in front of Yihan's carriage. Seeing the person coming, Yihan also recognized him. Come in and tell me. Yes. Chen Shu got on the carriage. The luxury inside did not change much, but so many powerful titled Douluo were still very panicked. This is the letter from the young master. Yihan opened the letter, and Chen Shu consciously left the carriage and waited outside. The Heaven Dao Empire and the Spirit Hall have both made big moves. Zuyi seems to have some intention of winning this time. He sent half of the entire Heaven Dao Empire's troops to the far north and spent a huge amount of money to build roads to open up the food transportation route to the far north. Seeing this, Yihan's pupils shrank. You know, although there are not many high-level soul masters in the 2 empires, the number is really shocking. How terrifying is half of the entire empire's troops? You know, in the original work, even though the Spirit Hall is so powerful, it still chooses to seize the throne to obtain the Heaven Dao Empire instead of a tough attack. The saying that ants eat elephants is no joke. Although the number of people does not mean that they will definitely win, at least they can achieve a lose-lose situation. Bibi Dong from the Spirit Hall sent Chrysanthemum Douluo and Ghost Douluo. Although I tried to stop them, most of the titled Douluos in the worship hall participated in this operation. After all, the god test is too tempting. But they all have their own ulterior motives and will not listen to Bibi Dong. I will also follow the troops of the Heaven Dao Empire. Jin Ringsu is not Jin Daoliu after all. It is impossible for her to completely suppress the title Daolus in the worship hall. Most of the title Daolus in the worship hall still respect Jin Daoliu. Most of those who can listen to Jin Ringsu for a period of time are not aware of Jin Daoliu's death, but facing the attraction of the godhood, it is understandable that they do not care. The road to becoming a god is right in front of them. If they give up rashly, what may be waiting for them is the end of their lives. Chapter 182 The Strange Key. After reading the letter, Yi Han handed it to Tang San on the side. Chen Shu, come in. Hearing Yi Han's call, Chen Shu left and entered the carriage. This matter is not simple. Tell Jin Ringsu not to act rashly. Even if Emperor Yi goes crazy, she can't act rashly. Luo Zai said that she didn't have many friends, so those who dared to send down a divine test on her territory must not be kind or ignorant, so there's only provocation. Of course, if it is not a divine test, the previous one is nonsense, but we have to wait for Luo Zai's answer. No matter what, danger is inevitable. Yes, I will definitely take you there. Chen Shu left respectfully and quickly left the vicinity of Yi Han and others. What do you think? Yi Han asked solemnly. Too deliberate. Tang San said calmly, is this divine test too deliberate? After hearing Tang San's words, Yi Han's eyes lit up. Yes. Too deliberate. Even Luo Zai, who was eager to give away his position as a god, didn't do it like this. Causing such a big commotion, making it known to everyone, as if everyone knew about it, this was a bit too deliberate. However, Yi Han also knew that he could find this out because he had been in contact with a god test, knew some of the god tests, and even had the god Luo Zai. But for the Xiandao Empire, the Xingluo Empire, and even the Spirit Hall, this was an inevitable temptation. But whether it was true or not, no one would give up a god test opportunity that was right in front of them, even if he was so deliberate. That being said, there is indeed a problem. Should Xiao Han dispatch the army? With the cooperation of the Snow Emperor, we are basically invincible. Esdeath asked solemnly. Yi Han shook his head. No, let's go and see first. We don't need to take action at that time. These small clans and the two empires are not patient people. Yi Han still had a good grasp of the thoughts of these people and would not miss any opportunity. It's useless to think so much now, so it's better to make a decision when the time comes. Stop. No one is allowed to enter Moan City. Those who disobey the order will be killed without mercy. Just as the carriage entered Moan City, the first city in the far north, a roar came from outside the carriage. Yi Han frowned and looked outside. The guards of Moan City had disappeared. The people who appeared in front of Yi Han were from the Xiandao Empire from their clothes. From the Xiandao Empire? Yi Han asked with certainty. The soldier had no expression on his face and said indifferently, yes, His Majesty has ordered that no one is allowed to enter from Moan City. Yi Han's face was slightly cold. I don't care whether I can pass through here, but what about the people from Moan City? All of them were driven out. Now Moan City is taken over by the Xiandao Empire. If you don't leave, then we will take forceful measures. As soon as the soldier spoke, the nearby soldiers gathered. Forced measures? It seems that the Xiandao Empire really forgot the pain after the last incident. It has only been a few months, and they have forgotten everything. Yi Han was really unhappy with the Xiandao Empire's overbearing behavior. Stop. Just when the two sides were on the verge of a fight, a man in armor ran over quickly. Lord Yi Han, I'm sorry, these soldiers are stationed at the border all year round, and they don't know you, please come in. Yi Han looked at the man and nodded, led the way. Facing Yi Han's indifference, the man said very skillfully, Lord Yi Han should be worried about the ordinary people in Moan City. His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince has already ordered that all ordinary people move to the nearest city in the Xiandao Empire. Yi Han's face looked a little better after hearing this. For a soul master, no matter how despicable or not bright, Yi Han would not say anything, but he should not involve unnecessary people. Zhu King is in Moan City. Yi Han asked calmly. Please come this way, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince is waiting for Lord Yi Han in the restaurant in front. The man led everyone into the restaurant very respectfully. The entire restaurant was heavily guarded outside, and only Zhu King was sitting on a chair drinking tea inside. You're finally here. When you reported to me, you said you were almost there, but it took 4 or 5 days. Zhu King looked at Yuhan in surprise. Yuhan explained, the carriage is on the way, so it's a little slow. What's the situation now? In order to prevent a large-scale battle from breaking out, Zuiyu City is occupied by the Xingluo Empire, and Moan City belongs to the Xiandao Empire. The Wuhan Hall has not arrived yet because of the long distance, but it should be soon. In addition, a large number of soul masters have entered. Now Moan City and Zuiyu City are in chaos. Zhu King said solemnly. The temptation of the god's position is too strong. A large number of soul masters have caused chaos in the two cities. Even if Zhu King tried his best to stop it, it was still not optimistic. The number of soul masters was too large. Let's not worry about these first. Who discovered the ruins and where is the specific location? Yuhan asked seriously. Zhu King shook his head, I don't know either. This news also appeared inexplicably. Don't you have any news about the Xinjiang and Minci clan in Anil City? Yihan's eyes flashed. We haven't found the first person who discovered it, or the person who spread the news. As for the location, I'll take you to see. Now there are a large number of soul masters wandering around the ruins every day. Zhu King stood up, and Yuhan and others followed. After leaving the tavern, they soon came to the back door of Moan City. When they walked out, Yuhan felt a breath of several battles. For a while, it could be said that the outside was in chaos. Zhu King didn't care. The soldiers around him led everyone forward in an orderly manner. These scattered soul masters also made way very tactfully. With the help of the soldiers of the Xiandao Empire, Yuhan and his party easily came to the depths and the entrance of the ruins. As he went deeper, Yuhan saw another soldier nearby, and then looked at the people inside. I know them. Daimubei and Zhu Xiuqing. Yuhan saw the two, and the latter also found Yuhan and walked over quickly. Yuhan, Prince Zhu King, long time no see. Yuhan smiled. It seems that you have basically solved the dispute over the crown prince of the Xingluo Empire. Daimubei also smiled, and did not deny that although the Xingluo Empire is still undercurrent, most of the situations are inclined to him, and it can be said that the overall situation has basically been decided. Let's take a look together. This relic seems to require a key to open it. Daimubei brought Yuhan and others to the entrance of the relic. The magnificent building came into view, very historical. Since you said you need a key, you should have tried to force it open. That's right, the strong men of Seoul Douluo have no way to deal with it, and they were even injured by the shock. Daimubei did not shy away. Even if he didn't say it, Zhu King would still tell Yuhan. When he was in the Xingluo Empire, Daimubei heard that the two had a good relationship. Yuhan looked at Zhu King on the side, who shook his head. Daimubei didn't have a title Douluo, but Zhu King did. Since Zhu King denied it, it proved that even a title Douluo couldn't do anything about this place. The group came to the stone tablet at the gate of the ruins. There was a place where pieces of land had sunken. Daimubei pointed at this place and analyzed it. I feel like there's a key to open it. Yuhan looked at the sunken patterns one by one, and they looked familiar. His mind sank into the king's treasure and looked at the golden lightning, which was exactly the same as the sunken place. Then he felt his right hand being pulled, and Yuhan opened the guild group. Esdeath, there's a shape that is the same as the ice flower that Luo Zai gave me. Yuhan, don't make it public, let's talk about this matter when we get back. This matter is not simple. At this moment, Yuhan was really a little unsure. It was too weird. You know, the golden lightning was obtained from the thunder tribulation of 600,000 years, and the ice flower was given by Luo Zai, the god of ice. Why are these two things the key to open the door? Since these two things have such extraordinary origins, the remaining shapes must be extraordinary. Yuhan decided to observe secretly for a while and wait for Luo Zai's news to see what the specific situation is. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 183 Ownership of the Relics. In Moan City, Daimubei, Zhu Xiuqing, Zhu King, Yuhan and others gathered together. For this matter, I think we need to cooperate sincerely. This relic is too weird. Daimubei said seriously. Facing the silent atmosphere, Zhu Xiuqing said at the right time, this relic can be said to be the true test of God we have seen. This is absolutely rare. No party can grasp it alone. The best way is to cooperate. The biggest benefit is to benefit future generations. It has to be said that this statement is still very contagious. Unfortunately, it is Jinring-su, not Zuking, who is in front of Daimyubei and Zhu Xiuqing. As for Yi Han, let alone cooperation, the things here reveal weird places everywhere. It can even be said that Yi Han knows much more than them. Yi Han will not make this information public, otherwise it will be manipulated by someone with ulterior motives, and Anil City will be the enemy of the world. What Prince Daimyubei said makes sense, but we cannot deny that the 4 major forces in Douluo Continent are now missing a Wuhan Hall. Zhu King smiled lightly. Daimyubei and Zhu Xiuqing's faces changed, but they quickly adjusted themselves. I think Prince Zhu King should know something about the high-level Spirit Master competition. The Spirit Hall openly attacked the Shrek 7 Devils, and this is not just a problem of the Shrek 7 Devils, but also the conflict between Anil City and the Spirit Hall. Zhu Xiuqing echoed, if the 3 of us work together sincerely, we can exclude the Spirit Hall to a certain extent. After all, it's not just the Xingluo Empire and Anil City, the relationship between the Xiandao Empire and the Spirit Hall is not much better. This is Daimyubei's plan to exclude the Spirit Hall. As long as the 3 forces start to exclude the Spirit Hall for the first time, there will be a second and third time. Although these are all based on interests, this is enough. But unfortunately, Zhu King is not the real prince of the Xiandao Empire, but Jinring-su in disguise. Even if she is unhappy with Bibi Dong, she still belongs to the Spirit Hall in the end. Ziohan. Esdeath pulled Yi Han's hand, and Yi Han stood up directly. Sorry, let's postpone this matter. I have something to do now, and I have to leave for a while. Daimyubei looked at Yi Han and others who left directly, and was dumbfounded for a moment. Originally, he thought that Yi Han would never refuse such a situation, but now it seems that Yi Han is the first one who doesn't want to talk. This also made Daimyubei very puzzled. You know, Anil City and Wuhan Hall have reached the point of no end. Yi Han and others entered the room, arranged everything, and Esdeath summoned ice flowers. Luo Zai's anxious voice came from inside. No god's test has come. This place is not a god's test, and this ruins is very strange. I have found several major gods to test it, and they didn't notice any traces. Yi Han's pupils shrank when he heard this. Even the ruins that the gods could not detect should be hidden. It should appear in such a big way. Isn't this blatantly in front of people? I know, Luo Zai, why did you give the ice flower to Esdeath in the first place? Have you ever given the ice flower to anyone else? Yi Han said seriously. Luo Zai was stunned. What's wrong? Giving the ice flower to little Esdeath is of course because I hope she can inherit the throne. Esdeath only has one. Inherit the throne? Yes, that was indeed the case at the time. Yi Han muttered to himself, and then thought of the golden lightning. Luo Zai, help me find out on the god realm which god is related to thunder and lightning, and is related to the sky thunder or thunder tribulation. Luo Zai was a little confused at this moment. What does this have to do with the ice flower and the thunder god? Key. You need a key to enter the ruins, and there are 2 known keys. One is your ice flower, and the other is the golden lightning I got from the thunder tribulation. Yi Han took out the photos he had taken from the system, saying, take a look, go to the god realm to find out if there are any other clues. Luo Zai also knew the seriousness of the matter. You must know that she gave the ice flower to Esdeath, but she didn't know about this ruins at all, but this ruins used her ice flower as a key. Using a god's thing as a key, and more than one, this is no joke. I know, you guys be careful, if it doesn't work, go back first, this relic is not simple. Luo Zai said, and the ice flower dimmed. After learning some information, Yi Han was even more unsure about this relic. It is not a god's test, but it appeared in Douluo Continent, and even the so-called main god cannot sense the existence of the relic. There are only 2 possibilities. The owner behind this relic is more powerful than the so-called main god, and the other is that this relic itself is good at hiding. But if it is the latter, showing it with great fanfare this time is to throw away its own advantage. Let's go. Let's check it carefully again. Yi Han thought fruitlessly, stood up, and took a few people to the relic again. As Yi Han moved, Daimyubei and Zhu King naturally received the news and followed. The name Yi Han has represented miracles since it appeared on the continent. Now Yi Han suddenly wants to go to the relic, it is very likely that he knows something. As Yi Han came to the entrance of the relic, Zhu King and Daimyubei stood in place. Yi Han also knew what the 2 meant, but he was just here to check. Yi Han, do you know anything? Can you share it? Or our Xingluo Empire can pay for the information? Daimyo Bei asked directly. Zhu King on the side also said very naturally, Brother Yi, the same is true for our Xiandao Empire. Our Wuhan Hall can also pay, 10 times is fine. A charming voice sounded slowly, and Zhu Daoluo Yuguan and Ghost Daoluo Guime appeared in front of everyone without knowing when. Daimyo Bei subconsciously took a step back, then thought about his current identity, and said firmly, relying on the relationship between Anil City and Wuhan Hall, His Majesty Zhu Daoluo is simply wishful thinking. Little tiger, don't be too arrogant, and there are no eternal enemies, only eternal interests, as long as I give enough. Yu Guan looked at Daimyo Bei, and the momentum on his body pressed out bit by bit. Daimyo Bei couldn't bear it for a moment, and stepped back a few steps, looking at Yu Guan with a bad face. Your Majesty Zhu Daoluo, are you going to provoke a fight between the Spirit Hall and the Xingluo Empire? Yu Guan shrugged, no. It's just that you are weaker, but I can't bear it without controlling my soul power. Look, Yuhan and the others are fine, but don't worry, I will pay attention. Facing Yu Guan's ridicule, Daimyo Bei's face was a little ugly. He also knew that it was not suitable to have a conflict now. Well, now is not the time to quarrel. It just happens that the 4 major forces of the continent are here. Let's bring up the previous topic again. Zhu King saw that everyone was here and put forward the previous proposal again. Oh? What proposal? Yu Guan asked curiously. How about the 4 forces jointly controlling the ruins? Zhu King's words made Daimyo Bei's face pale. When the Spirit Hall was not here before, you kept silent about it. What's the point of jumping out now? That's a good idea. I don't have any objection to it. Yu Guan is not stupid. He also knows Zhu King's identity. It's reasonable for Jin Ringsu to bring up this topic at such a sensitive time. I don't have a problem with it either. Daimyo Bei said unhappily. Now the overall situation has been basically decided. The Xiandao Empire obviously does not want to exclude the Spirit Hall. Even if Yuhan agrees, it will only be a confrontation and will not change anything. Everyone looked at Yuhan, who arrived first, and waited for Yuhan's answer. Chapter 184. Let them struggle here. Yuhan, who is in the spotlight, said very calmly, we in Anil City will not fight for the ruins, but if we can enter, we need to enter. Of course, we will not enter casually and only once. This is also the result of Yuhan's careful consideration. It seems that taking over this ruins is good, but the troubles and things involved are simply unpredictable. Not to mention the weird nature of the entire ruins, even the management is extremely troublesome. Even if several organizations firmly grasp the ruins, they cannot stop the crazy scattered soul masters. This is an opportunity to become a god. And each organization has its own selfishness, and it is not managed in a unified way. What's more, it is not just as simple as scattered cultivators, but also a large number of clans and sects. The intrigues can easily lead to the disintegration of the entire alliance, and the location of this ruins is in the extreme north, which is frighteningly far away. Of course, the previous reasons can be overcome. The main reason is because of the weirdness. The entire ruins are indescribably weird. There is no benefit at all, so Yuhan has to take risks. To this, Yuhan can only say haha. Everyone was a little surprised about Yuhan's decision, especially Jin Ringsu, because he knew that Yuhan's character was a bit unprepared. Even if he was besieged by 10 titled Daoluo, he still wanted to take the soul bone, which showed that Yuhan was unwilling to suffer a loss. Now that Yuhan has made it clear, they will only enter the ruins once and will not participate in the right to use the ruins. Does my friend Yuhan have any special information? I saw the princes of the 2 countries discussing with you before. As I said, as long as you open your mouth, I will pay any money from the Wuhan Hall. Yu Guan asked tentatively. Yuhan shook his head. You misunderstood, I don't know anything, I just came to do some tests, and if you are interested, you can stay and take a look. Thank you, City Lord Yuhan. Yu Guan smiled charmingly. Daimyo Bei also waved his hand to let the special soul master come to check, and Zhu King looked at Yuhan quietly. Facing so many eyes, Yuhan was not at all nervous and took out a notebook very naturally. The first test is the soul. Yoruichi, explore it. The key is whether there are any living things in this ruins. There are souls in this ruins. Yoruichi nodded and unsheathed his Zanpakuto. For a moment, everyone around felt a little pressure from the soul. It is impossible to explore the internal situation. The outside is dead, but there are scattered souls on the stone tablet. Yoruichi said, and Yuhan recorded it calmly. Second test, Dongtang, focus your attack. Xiao Feng, test your defense. As Yuhan finished speaking, Dongtang stood at the door of the ruins very skillfully. Daimyo saw this and reminded him, the soul Douluo was injured by the backlash. It's better not to do this. Unfortunately, no one paid attention to him. The soul ring on Benjo Feng's body flashed. Fourth soul skill, absolute defense. Third soul skill, dedicated love. Benjo Feng in the form of an angel wrapped around Dongtang. At this moment, Dongtang gathered all his soul power and gathered it into one point. Fourth soul skill, black flash. The concentrated attack hit the door fiercely. For a moment, a huge dust was raised at the door of the ruins, and the ground was shaking. This attack was much stronger than the one in the high-level Soul Master competition. You have to know that Dongtang was just a Soul Master at the beginning, but now he is a Soul Emperor. The increase in strength has more than doubled the power of the Soul skill Black Flash, which produces critical strikes based on his own ability. After the attack, Hanzhou Feng and Dongtang put away their martial spirits. Yuhan said calmly, Dongtang, is it possible to break it? Basically impossible. Xiao Feng, the damage of the recoil. The power of 3 Atai's thunder tribulations. Hanzhou Feng explained. Titan Snow Demon King. Miserable became the unit of measurement. After roughly understanding the situation, a halo appeared behind Yuhan, and the red spear was held in his hand. For a moment, Yu Guan and Ji Yuimei quickly retreated and looked at Yuhan vigilantly. You must know that causal weapons are not a joke. Yuhan said speechlessly, no need to be like this. This spear is called the Red Rose of Demon Breaking, not the Deaththorn Spear of Piercing. After a brief explanation, Yuhan stabbed the spear at the gate. Bang! A crisp sound appeared on the gate of the ruins. The red rose pierced the gate, but it could not go in an inch. There is no special prohibition or barrier, pure hardness. Okay, the last item. Yuhan looked at Esdeath, whose soul power fluctuated, and a handful of patterns made of ice slowly appeared. For a moment, everyone looked at Yuhan and others, and they were all very excited. When the ice flower was placed on the pattern, an ice blue light column suddenly shone into the air, and then the ice lightning was placed on the pattern, and another golden light column appeared. Seeing that this method really worked, everyone breathed quickly. Yuhan was also a little nervous, and then put it in, but this time there was no reaction at all, or the entire ice key was directly broken, including the first 2 ice flowers and lightning, which were directly broken. The sudden change shocked everyone, and Ji Yuimei said hoarsely, is it that the key you made is wrong? Esdeath said coldly, if you think it's wrong, make it yourself. Sorry, Ji Yuimei didn't mean it. Yu Guan said hurriedly, now is not the time to turn against Yuhan. It should be the strength. The ice key may only carry the 3rd key at most, so it will break. Zhu King analyzed. After saying this, everyone nodded, and their hearts were also hot. As long as the strength is high enough, can't we open the ruins? Yuhan already had some ideas, and said calmly, I have probably finished testing the network. Do you want this report? If you need it, take a copy. If not, I will take it away. Yes, yes, yes. Wait a moment. Daimyo quickly sent someone to copy a copy. Don't look at the soul, hardness, and barrier on it. You can understand it when you take it apart. Once it is put together, Daimyo is confused. But so what? This is also a useful clue. And it was written by Yuhan. As long as it is Yuhan's hand, there must be a reason for it. Wuhan Hall and Xiandao Empire were not polite. Seeing this, Yuhan did not stop them. He gave them the report and turned away. The group returned to their own room, and Yuhan said solemnly, I think you have thought of it. Too weird. It's obviously fake, but it can be triggered, as if someone knows that the key is with us. Leah frowned and said, that's right. Yuhan is sure that it is definitely not a problem of strength, but the ruins know that they have 2 keys, so it will be triggered. The 3rd key is completely unknown and not on him, so it will collapse. Dongtang also nodded. Xiao Han, what do you think about this matter? Wait. Yuhan said with deep eyes, I feel that the key on this stone tablet is closely related to the God Realm, so when Luo Zai finds out that these things belong to those people in the God Realm, there will be a certain connection. Then what are we doing now? Are we going to waste time here? Esdeath said a little depressed. Yes, yes. It's not as comfortable as my own home, there are no games to play, and there is no potion research. It's very annoying. Benjo Feng echoed. Yuhan smiled. Of course not, pack up and prepare to go back. Wouldn't it be bad to go back like this? You know, they have experimented several times and found that even the first key could not succeed. They will definitely think of us. At that time, something might go wrong. Yi said worriedly. Yihan was not worried about this at all. It's okay. In the afternoon, Esdeath, you go and try again, but this time don't put it completely on. Just break the key when it's about to touch, and let them guess. As long as there are ruins here, they will spend a lot of experience and time looking for ways to crack it, and will wait for Luo Zai's news to find the real key. Puff Zio Han, you're so bad. Tang San said with a smile. Others couldn't help laughing. After all, they were now convinced that as long as the material was good, they could open the ruins, and with Esdeath's trick in the afternoon, they probably had to rack their brains. Chapter 185, Good Acting. What? He went there again. Yu Guan and Ji Yuimei listened to the report from their subordinates and looked at the place where Yihan lived with a headache. We'll go too. Ji Yuimei thought about it and felt that if she didn't go, she would definitely miss something. This idea was not only shared by the Spirit Hall. Yihan's undisguised actions were naturally seen by the Xingluo Empire and the Xiandao Empire. Daimyo Bei immediately followed him. Only Jinrixu was a little hesitant. She was a little unsure of Yihan's purpose. Yihan was wandering along the way. To be honest, he just wanted them to see him. As expected, Yu Guan, Zhu King and Daimyo Bei stood near the ruins waiting for him with a smile. Yihan was naturally happy to see this situation. Esdeath walked up very skillfully, condensed an ice flower on her hand again, and carefully put it into the sunken place. For a moment, everyone thought that Yihan had a new way, and they all watched this scene very nervously. As a result, the ice flower shattered the next moment. Yes, the first one shattered. Not to mention the light column, even the stone tablet did not move. The sudden change caught everyone off guard. Just a few hours ago, the ice flower could perfectly fit the stone tablet. Yihan and the others also frowned. Esdeath condensed lightning and put it in. This situation happened again. Esdeath, is there any difference between what you condensed this morning and what you condensed now? Yu Guan asked carefully. Esdeath pondered for a while and slowly said, there's nothing special. It's the same condensation. Why doesn't it work? It seems that there are still many things we don't know about this relic. Zhu King sighed. The people here didn't doubt Esdeath. After all, the soul power condensed by Esdeath was the same as before. There are two titled Douluo here. Can't they even sense these? Yihan looked at several people thinking hard and said very naturally, no conclusion can be drawn here. I'll leave first. Anyway, our inner city doesn't plan to compete for this relic. If I find a way to enter, I will definitely tell you. I hope you can also notify me if you get away. Listening to Yihan's words, Zhu King was a little surprised. This is not Yihan's character. Just gave up for no reason? Yu Guan and Ji Yuimei were delighted. Without Yihan as a competitor, the Spirit Hall has a natural advantage. You have to know that the Crown Prince of the Xiandao Empire, Zhu King, is Jinrixu, which is basically 2 against 1. And Yihan has all kinds of uncertainties, who knows what will happen at that time. Such an opportunity, Yihan, you just gave up? You have to know that when the ruins are really opened, it will be too late to notify you. Although Daimyo Bei said beautifully, he also wanted to keep Yihan. But the most important purpose is that Daimyo Bei can see that although the Crown Prince of the Xiandao Empire, Zhu King, doesn't talk much with the Spirit Hall, the relationship between the two is obviously not very bad. If Yihan leaves, the status of the Xingluo Empire here may decline sharply. No, I didn't plan to intervene in this matter. It's okay here. As the saying goes, if I get it, I'm lucky, if I lose it, I'm dead. Yihan shook his head and sighed. Daimyo Bei still wanted to fight for it, but Yu Guan would never give him a chance. He spoke first. In that case, we, the Wuhan Hall, would like to thank City Lord Yihan for his generosity and will not bother you anymore. Zhu King also saw that Yihan had made up his mind. Although he didn't know why, he could ask him later, I'm sorry to bother Brother Yi to make this trip this time. No, it's mainly because I came here by myself. It has nothing to do with you, King. We will leave from the east gate around 4 in the afternoon. Yihan said politely. Zhu King's eyes flashed, and he nodded imperceptibly. I'll see Brother Yu off then. You're welcome. The two chatted like good friends, and there was nothing wrong. Others didn't understand, but Zhu King didn't understand. I have something to tell you before you leave at 4 in the afternoon. After going back to pack up for a while, it was almost time. Yuhan didn't hesitate and prepared to leave directly. Zhu King followed Yuhan all the way. Watching the group walk out of the city gate, Yu Guan finally let go of his uneasiness. It seems that Yuhan really doesn't intend to get involved in this relic this time, which is a good thing. In the carriage outside the city gate, Zhu King sat casually on one side. Tell me, why did you call me here? Jin Ringsu, who Yuhan didn't treat as an outsider, said speechlessly, play a show with me. What show? Jin Ringsu asked curiously, and then she seemed to think of something. Let me be frank in advance. You can disgust BB Dong, but you can't harm the spirit hall. I have 2 keys to the ruins, the real keys. Yuhan said directly. Jin Ringsu's pupils shrank. This news was too shocking. Yuhan only knew about the ruins a few days ago, and today he has 2 keys? You know, she still hasn't figured out where the keys came from. Are you serious? Jin Ringsu pondered for a while, and said hesitantly, do you know the location of the other keys? Yuhan rolled his eyes and said helplessly, we are just cooperating. Even if I know, I won't tell you. If you have the ability, go find it yourself. I have done my best to tell you this, okay? And at this point, you should know what to do. Jin Ringsu said angrily, if you don't want to tell me, then don't tell me. What are you yelling at me? Did I yell at you? Yuhan was speechless. As expected, no matter how strong a woman is, she is unreasonable. You don't. Yuhan could feel that although Jin Ringsu said it easily, as long as he dared to refute it again, he would definitely experience the unreasonableness of women. Ahem. My fault, don't ask us where we are wrong. I have something to do and I'll leave first. Yuhan didn't bother whether Jin Ringsu would agree to act. As long as she wasn't stupid, Jin Ringsu would not easily break the deal between the two. As Yuhan officially left, the Spirit Hall and the Xingluo Empire also began to get busy. Jin Ringsu also understood what Yuhan meant. Yuhan's request was very simple, that is, to make these people believe that Yuhan did not have the real key. So whatever the Spirit Hall and the Xingluo Empire did, Jin Ringsu ordered them to do. Yuguan, I feel that we have to go to Jiangxin City. Gimei looked at the experimental keys, which broke one by one, and was not disappointed. After all, this relic was not simple. Naturally, he had his reasons. If it was really so easy to solve it for him, then he would doubt the authenticity of the relic. Indeed, the materials in Jiangxin City must be the most complete on the continent, and among the 3 great craftsmen at the time, except for Tang Hao and Tai Tan, who had a good relationship with Tang Hao, there was only Lu Gao left. There must be no problem with his casting process. Yu Guan also agreed with Gimei's statement. This was not only thought of by the Spirit Hall, but also understood by Daimyo Bei, who knew what happened, and sent people to Jiangxin City to invite Lu Gao over. As for Zhu King, he saw the 2 people's actions and then slowly sent people to invite them, so as to be in step and not to be suspected. The originally quiet Jiangxin City suddenly became lively, and the 3 major forces gathered together. Unfortunately, Lu Gao was stubborn. Not to mention the royal family, even the titled Douluo ignored him. No matter how much he said, Lu Gao just said, I don't have time. Faced with such a situation, Gimei wanted to use force, but considering the importance of Lu Gao, he still held back his temper. After all, this is not just the Spirit Hall. If Lu Gao is really a stubborn person, he will directly say, I will never help you even if I die. That would be the end. Yuhan naturally received this news, but it doesn't matter. The longer they spend in Jiangxin City, the happier he is. When the time comes, they really invite Lu Gao over, but find that it didn't work. Oh no. At that time, I really don't know whether it is a problem with the materials or the people. Chapter 186 The Sign of God. Anil City, in the Dimension Academy. The originally quiet Douluo Continent was panicked by a relic, but Anil City, which was the first to withdraw from the competition, seemed very comfortable. However, Binghua, who had been waiting for several days, finally responded. It's a big loss, Yuhan, you stinky boy, if you don't compensate me, I will never tell you any news. Binghua's first voice was Luo Zai's exasperation. Yuhan asked with some confusion, what's wrong? You want me to compensate, are you blackmailed? It's worse than this. Luo Zai said desperately, I was caught when I was helping you find these patterns. During this time, I have been dealing with my official duties that were left over for 100 years. Pucci Yihan showed forgiveness for my unkind smile. You are still laughing? If it weren't for you, I would still be happy and carefree now. How could there be so many things? Luo Zai roared angrily. Yihan also knew about this matter. Luo Zai must know a lot, otherwise he wouldn't be so arrogant. He said with some playfulness, then what compensation do you want? Let Esdeath become the god of ice. Luo Zai said with expectation. Yihan had an expression that was as expected, you should ask Esdeath about this. I can't make the decision. Tisk. It's useless. Or maybe you can become the god of ice. Luo Zai's tone of retreat made Yihan's mouth twitch slightly. Answer me a question first. As the god of ice, do you have subordinates? It's very important. Yihan asked very seriously. Nonsense. How could I not have? No one caught me back. Luo Zai expressed infinite contempt for Yihan's answer. Yihan didn't care at all, and quickly despised back, why do you have to handle official business yourself when you have subordinates? Official business regulations require gods to handle it. Luo Zai said as a matter of course. Yihan did not agree, and said very calmly, then what do you want your subordinates to do? Eat for free? Or catch you when you escape? Wouldn't it be nice to let them deal with most of the unimportant ones? Look again, there are fewer important ones. Luo Zai was shocked when he heard Yihan's words. Yes. If I have to do all the work, then what do I need my subordinates for? You can't think too much about this kind of thing. The more Luo Zai thought about it, the more he felt that what Yihan said made sense, so after a 3-second ideological struggle, hey, you. Come in, have you seen these official duties? Put the important ones aside, and you do the unimportant ones. The guard who came in was dumbfounded and stammered, but this is not my job. Now it's time, you will become a god like Luo Zai in the future. Get familiar with it first. It will be beneficial to your future. Do it boldly. I believe Luo Zai will help you too. Yihan's voice came from all around. The guard's eyes lit up, and he looked at Luo Zai with great emotion. Thank you for the cultivation of the ice god, I will never refuse. Looking at the diligent guard, Luo Zai was speechless for a while, but this is a good thing. After finding a place, Luo Zai lay down comfortably. Cool. This is life. Now you can talk about it. Yihan said unhappily. Luo Zai smiled. Okay. I didn't expect you to be useful. I have compared the symbols you gave me. The golden lightning is the symbol of the thunder god, the ice flower is mine, the third flame is the fire god, the fourth water drop is the water god, the fifth oil is the earth god, and the sixth and seventh irregular ones cannot be found. Sure enough. Even though Yihan was prepared in his heart, the things these things represent are too outrageous. Why do things from the god realm appear in Douluo Continent, and it's too coincidental? The symbol of the thunder god in the sky thunder, the ice flower that Luo Zai gave to Esdeath. Can the golden lightning communicate with a thunder god like the ice flower? Yihan asked doubtfully. You have it. Luo Zai said doubtfully, but the thunder god said that no temples have been built in the past 1,000 years. This. What about the other gods? Have they set down temples? Yihan asked with a strange look on his face. No, except for the sixth and seventh ones, I don't know what they are, and the others said that they have no consideration in this regard for the time being. Luo Zai explained. This is a tricky thing. You know, there is not even a temple. Where can I find the so-called signs? Is it really all based on luck? I remember you said that the far north is your territory. Do these gods also have so-called territories in Douluo Continent? Yi asked very sharply. That's right, because the far north is an extremely cold place, and the temple belonging to the ice god is most suitable to be built here, so this is also my territory. Luo Zai explained. Yihan was delighted. Please mark the territories of the gods on the pattern in Douluo Continent, and please find the remaining 2 signs. I put their territories directly in Esdeath's mind. As for the problem of signs, I'm going out to play. Let's talk about it when I have time. Luo Zai said willfully, and the ice flowers became dim. Yihan was quite helpless about this, but fortunately, it was not a nonsensical search now, but a targeted search. After getting the confirmed address, Yihan and others prepared to sort it out a little and set off after determining the direction. On the other side, the 3 major forces that had been unsuccessful in Jiangxin City finally got angry. Well, it should be the two major forces, the Spirit Hall and the Xingluo Empire, and the Xiandao Empire was just cooperated by Zhu King. But Lu Gao is also a man of temperament. If I say I won't help you, then I won't help you. If you have the ability, just kill me. Such an unyielding attitude made the people present feel helpless. The three great masters were Tang Hao of Haoshan Sect, Lu Gao of Jingxin City, and Titan of the Power Clan. Tang Hao and his people couldn't afford to offend him. Although the Power Clan was very weak, it relied on Tang Hao, and the other three clans were in Anil City, so these people came to Jingxin City to find Lu Gao, who had the least background. Ghost, get ready, we are going to Xiandao Imperial City to find Titan. Yu Guan didn't want to waste time here anymore. Guime looked at Yu Guan in surprise. You know, the relationship between the Power Clan and our Wuhan is not good. If we use force, we may offend three forces. Tang Hao, Yihan and the Xiandao Empire. Don't worry about this. I asked Master Jin Ringsu. The Power Clan did not join Anil City. They rejected Yihan directly at the beginning, so the threat from Anil City is very small. As for the Xiandao Empire, there should be no problem with Master Jin Ringsu. As for Tang Hao, he should be teaching his son now. We just need to be careful. Yu Guan smiled charmingly and said with confidence. Guime thought for a while and felt that Yu Guan's method was really good. Instead of wasting time here, it is better to find a simple and quick way. Then here. There was a hint of murderous intent in Guime's hoarse voice. You know, whoever opens the ruins first can take the lead, although Lu Gao is unwilling now. It does not mean that the Xingluo Empire will not offer a higher price to achieve its goal in the future. The best way is to kill Lu Gao and put an end to it. No need. This old guy is not afraid of death. Let the people of the Spirit Hall and Jingxin City keep a close eye on him. If he doesn't agree to anyone, forget it. Let Lu Gao waste Yube's time. If he does, kill him. And let the Spirit Hall reduce the power of the Blacksmith Association. Yu Guan thought about it and decided to squeeze the value of Lu Gao. After a day, only two titled Douluo disappeared from the Spirit Hall. The others went to Lu Gao's territory every day to ask for an audience as before. It seems that nothing has changed, but those who are interested will find that Ghost Douluo and Chrysanthemum Douluo have not appeared for a long time. Unfortunately, Daimyo Bei's mind is now full of how to get Lu Gao to agree, and he didn't notice that the people of the Spirit Hall are different from before. As for Titan, who was far away in the sky, he didn't expect that he would suffer an unexpected disaster. This situation can be said to be a disaster for those who are sitting at home. Chapter 187 Despair. Xiandao Empire, Xiandao Imperial City, in the main hall of the Power Clan. Your Majesty Zhu Douluo, Your Majesty Gui Douluo, I wonder what the two of you are here for in our Power Clan. At this moment, it was not Titan who was receiving the guests, but Tian Yuo. That is, the son of the clan leader, while Titan was out to deal with things. Since the three clans merged into Anil City, although they still contacted occasionally, after all, without the mutual support of the three clans, the Power Clan suddenly became unable to support itself. Titan had no choice but to run around. Fortunately, the profession of blacksmith was still quite popular in Douluo Continent, and it could barely maintain the operation of the Power Clan. Where is your clan leader? Guime asked hoarsely. The two of them just wanted to find out that Titan was not on the clan at the moment. The strongest man of the entire Power Clan was not there, and it was very easy to control. If Titan was there, if he could not be controlled for a while, it would inevitably lead to a fight, which would make this matter known to everyone. Guime asked just to make sure that there was no accident. Father, I'm out for something, I'll be back soon. Tano knew that although the relationship between the Spirit Hall and the Power Clan was very bad, the situation was pressing. Not to mention two titled Douluo, even if there was only one, as long as he was determined, the Power Clan would basically be dead. It doesn't matter if he's not here. Our Spirit Hall has always had a bad relationship with the Power Clan, but it can be alleviated. Recently, the Spirit Hall needs to make a batch of items, and I hope that the Titan God Craftsman can do it himself. Is it okay? Yu Guan spoke very politely, but the aura on his body was not polite at all. Tano swallowed his saliva and said with some difficulty, I can't make the decision on this matter. I still have to wait for my father to come back and make the decision. Why don't you two wait for a few days? Yu Guan shook his head in disappointment. In fact, before we came, we had already found Titan, But unfortunately he refused. I wanted to give the Power Clan a chance to ask his son to see if he could make the decision. Since he can't, we can only use some special means. I saw Yoruichi waved his hand, and a large number of Templar Knights of the Spirit Hall entered the Power Clan. For a time, all the old, weak, women and children of the Power Clan were controlled. Tano's eyes turned red in an instant, and he roared, "What on earth are you going to do? Don't get excited. As long as your father knows what's good for you, we in the Spirit Hall are not murderers. I'm afraid I'll have to wrong you all during this period. Take him away." Yuguan smiled charmingly. In fact, on the way here, Gimli and Yuguan really sent people to find Titan to explain their intentions, and even the things they made were not weapons, but just a symbol. The materials were provided by the Spirit Hall, and the price was also very high, but Titan was also stubborn. My Power Clan and your Spirit Hall were irreconcilable. Just like when Titan rejected Yihan, he could not join other forces because he found his master's son. This time was the same, because the Spirit Hall had a grudge against his master, and he was unwilling to help no matter what. Seeing this, Yuguan and Guime were not too surprised. Originally, they thought it would be best if Titan agreed. They would not offend the three tribes and Yihan in Anil City, and they would not have to worry about Tang Hao's problem. After all, this was a normal employment relationship. In this way, the Spirit Hall would not get something for nothing, and the finances of the Power Clan would also be improved. It can be said to be a win-win situation. Unfortunately, Titan was unmoved. Yuguan and Guime did not have too much entanglement about this. He came directly to the Power Clan and held Titan's clansmen hostage. Didn't believe that Titan would not even care about his clansmen? Titan returned to Xiandao Imperial City, and he was furious. He walked quickly towards the tribe's land, walked into the tribe, and kicked the door open. "I'm back." There was no response to Titan's roar. The surroundings seemed very quiet, so quiet that it was scary. This silence instantly calmed down Titan, who was originally furious. He summoned his martial soul and rushed inside quickly. There was no trace of fighting around, but the tribe members disappeared. Not a single one was left. Titan was totally unexpected for such a situation. You know, although the tribe of power is not a big tribe, it has a place in Xiandao Imperial City. The most important thing is to help the royal family forge weapons. If the tribe of power does not provoke others, naturally no one will come to cause trouble. Who? Titan's soul power continued to explode, impacting the surrounding buildings. Be quiet. Yuguan's charming voice slowly sounded, and the whole person appeared beside Titan without anyone noticing. He found a chair and sat down casually. Chief Titan is so anxious, but he can't find his people. Spirit Hall. When Titan saw Yuguan, he knew the whole story. He looked at Yuguan with gritted teeth and rushed to Yuguan quickly. But the next moment, a black shadow grabbed Titan's shoulder, and a hoarse voice slowly sounded, "If I were you, I wouldn't be so impulsive. In fact, we can have a good talk." Titan looked at the ghost that appeared, and then looked at Yuguan on the side, and felt a little sad for a while. What is there to talk about? You Spirit Hall have captured my people, what else is there to talk about? Titan suppressed his anger and growled. Yuguan smiled nonchalantly. I think the Spirit Hall talked to you on the way back, Chief Titan. I think the conditions we offered are already very generous. But Chief Titan refused, so we have to resort to this desperate measure. Titan's face was very ugly. He did refuse the Spirit Hall's request on the way, but he didn't expect the Spirit Hall to do so. Our request is very simple. As a master craftsman, you still help us make what we need, and we still provide the materials. How about that? Yuguan said threateningly. Titan knew very well that he had no choice now, and said somewhat frustratedly, I will help you make it, and let my people go. Yuguan nodded with satisfaction. Sure enough, Titan still cared about his people. Then he shook his head. You didn't listen to my kind words of persuasion. Now we are not saying good words. Not only will you not get a penny from the Power Clan, but if you cut corners on the things you forge, or if you don't satisfy us, don't blame me for being cruel. Titan naturally understood what Yuguan meant, and said somewhat desperately, I can't guarantee anything else. I can only say that you should use my strength as a master craftsman, and please don't attack my people. It depends on your performance. Have a good rest tonight, and the Spirit Hall will send someone to pick you up tomorrow. Yuguan stood up very proudly, and swaggered out of the gate of the Power Clan. The ghosts on the side also slowly disappeared on the spot. Seeing the two people leave, Titan sat on the ground, with only despair in his heart, and then suddenly thought of something. Oh, Anal City, old Rhino and the others may have a way. This was simply the last straw for Titan, and he rushed into his room quickly, wrote the letter quickly, and quickly found someone to send it out, all of which was done under the watchful eyes of Gui Mei and Yu Guan. Are you really okay? If Yuhan wants to take care of this, we will not end well. Gui Mei's hoarse voice was filled with a trace of worry and fear. Yu Guan said confidently, don't worry, according to the information from young Master Jinring Su, Yuhan is about to set out for training, and will not take care of the Li clan. The most we have to face are the 3 clans in Anal City. Even though they are already level 91 titled Douluo, there is still some gap between us. Hearing that it was Jinring Su's information, Gui Mei was relieved. You know, so far, Jinring Su's information about Yuhan is basically 100%. This has been proven over time, which has led to the entire Spirit Hall using Jinring Su's intelligence as a criterion for inferring Yuhan. Even Bibi Dong had to admire Jinring Su's ability. After all, the intelligence of Anal City so far is the most comprehensive and accurate one collected by Jinring Su. Even Bibi Dong is considering whether to let Jinring Su stay in Anal City for a long time, but thinking about the great cause of the Xiandao Empire, she still resisted the impulse in her heart. If Yuhan and Jinring Su knew about this, they would definitely laugh. The accurate reason is that the two of them cooperated. In fact, the intelligence Jinring Su handed over was basically some seemingly important but useless. Or it is important to the Spirit Hall, but basically useless to Yuhan, such as Yuhan's action of withdrawing from the ruins, and then leaving Anal City to train in another direction. In Yuhan's view, this information is just going out, and he will know it if he knows it, but the people in the Spirit Hall will think that Yuhan is really not interested in the ruins and breathe a sigh of relief. Chapter 188 Regret. It has to be said that Titan spent a lot of money, and the Spirit Hall had no intention of stopping it, so the speed of sending the letter was ridiculous. It soon reached Yang Wudi and others. Yang Wudi, who saw the letter, quickly notified the 3 tribes together. This is the letter from the old gorilla, take a look. Yang Wudi handed the letter to Niagao and Baihe. The two looked at the letter, and Niagao slammed it heavily on the chair. The Spirit Hall is simply too much. Since they have captured the old gorilla's tribe to threaten them, it is really despicable. Baihe's face was also quite ugly. You have to know that Titan's power clan is, after all, a good friend for many years. After this kind of thing happened, it would be a miracle if he could have a good face. Read on. Yang Wudi was also very angry, but the content after the letter made him a little at a loss. The two continued to read on, and as the content of the letter ended, the two looked at each other in silence for a while. Titan's meaning was very simple, hoping that the 3 of them could persuade Yuhan to come forward to help his power clan, and then the power clan would definitely reward him handsomely. This was not that Yang Wudi and the other 2 ignored their friendship in the past, but it was a matter of great importance. Yuhan does have a grudge against the Spirit Hall, but there is no big conflict at present. Both sides are recuperating. For the sake of the power clan has not even joined Anal City. It is impossible for Yuhan to come forward to find the Spirit Hall. Since coming to Anal City, the 3 clans have been thriving, almost on par with the Blue Lightning Tyrannosaurus Rex family. The children in the clan are well educated, and so are the jobs after graduation. Even many children are working hard with Yuhan and others as their goals. The finances of the 3 clans have also been greatly alleviated, and even the 3 of them have become titled Douluo. All this is thanks to Yuhan. If the 3 of them had not received such a favor, it would be no problem to try Yuhan, but now Yuhan has done what he said before, and even better. Then there is a question of position. Why should Yuhan help you, who did not join Anal City? I'm afraid the old gorilla will be disappointed this time. Yang Wudi sighed and put the tea in his hand aside. Yuhan is really good to his own people, and the whole Anal City is thriving, but he is really indifferent to strangers. Yes. When the old gorilla refused to join Anal City, Yuhan didn't hold a grudge, but after all, the 2 are strangers. Niagao said helplessly. Baihe frowned. The old gorilla chose the path himself, we can't stop it, but now, Alice seeing that the atmosphere was a little silent, Yang Wudi could only speak again. Okay, let's not talk about this, let's think about what to do with the old gorilla first. We can't just ignore it. You know, after all, we have been through hardships together, and it's impossible to just throw up our hands and let him do whatever he wants. Isn't that nonsense? Although there is little hope, I think we should go to Yuhan to ask, see his opinion, and then make a decision. He thought for a long time and it was the safest way. Now their 3 tribes have also joined Anil City. Although Yuhan's management is loose, they can't act rashly. After all, they are not alone like before. Everyone is back to back and helps each other. Yes, I think Yuhan must have a way. Maybe he will help the old gorilla for our sake. Niagao also said with surprise. Yang Wudi and Bai He said quickly, it's better not to do this. We have received a lot of help from Yuhan. If we still do this, it's simply ungrateful. The 3 of them finally found Yuhan reluctantly. Seeing the 3 people, Yuhan had a general understanding of the situation. He said why Jinriksu suddenly asked yesterday if Anil City would be dispatched if something happened to the Power Clan. Yuhan laughed at that time. What is the relationship between the Power Clan and Anil City? The Power Clan rejected Anil City at the beginning, and Yuhan didn't care at all. He didn't value the Power Clan at all. But now that something happened, why did they find Anil City? When they rejected it at the beginning, it was because of Tang Hao. If something happened, they would find Tang Hao. What's the point of finding Yuhan? Yuhan must be crazy to risk his life for a person who has nothing to do with him. I see that the clan leaders don't look very happy. Did something happen? Yuhan asked with great concern. Yang Wudi winked at Niagao on the side. Niagao hesitated and gave Bai He a look. The 3 of them pushed each other away, and then Yang Wudi stood up helplessly. It's embarrassing to talk about this matter. Yuhan, please take a look first. Yang Wudi handed the letter to Yuhan. Yuhan opened the letter with interest and read the whole story. He was a little surprised that the Power Clan was held hostage by the Spirit Hall. After a little thought, he knew the whole story. The Spirit Hall could not get the help of Lu Gao in Jiangxin City. Only 2 of the 3 great craftsmen were left. Tang Hao came and went without a trace, and there was no way to find him. Only Titan from the Power Clan was left. And although it was not written in the letter, Yuhan was sure that the Spirit Hall must have treated him with courtesy at the beginning, but because of Titan's blind loyalty, things had come to this point. Don't ask why. The reason is very simple. In the final analysis, casting is up to the person who casts. If Titan is unwilling to help, there must be something wrong with the quality of the casting. Even if the flaws are not very obvious, as long as there is a slight difference, it will be fatal. The Spirit Hall must want to avoid this situation. The best way is to let Titan help willingly. But from Jinriksu's previous questions and the current letters, it is obvious that the Spirit Hall has implemented Plan B. I have read the content. To be honest, I don't plan to participate in the affairs of the Power Clan. After all, the Power Clan is not from Anil City. In addition, a lot of energy of the Spirit Hall is now attracted by the ruins. This is a good opportunity for the development of Anil City, so, Yuhan said very tactfully. Everyone present was not a fool, so they naturally understood. Seeing the 3 sad people, Yuhan would not completely cut off everything, but said very calmly, I know that you 4 clans were of the same blood before, and I will not restrict you. If you want to go, except for those who joined the criminal army, you can do whatever you want with others. Yang Wudi looked at Yuhan in surprise. It was within their expectations that Anil City would not move, but since Yuhan would let them help, they thought that this was a decision made by Yuhan to give them face. In fact, it was not the case. Yuhan knew that if he did not agree, they would probably still go, so why bother himself? If the Li clan joins now, can Anil City? Yang Wudi suddenly spoke cautiously. Unfortunately, he was interrupted by Yuhan directly. Let's stop here. If you want to help, pay attention to your own safety and can't solve it, find a nearby mercenary union. I still have things to prepare. Join? You firmly disagreed with the invitation at the beginning, and now you want me to cover the bottom when something goes wrong? It's ridiculous. Can you join Anil City just because you want to? Facing Yuhan's departure, the 3 of them also roughly knew Yuhan's attitude, and sighed helplessly. First replied to the old gorilla, let him stabilize the Spirit Hall, we will be there in a few days. The letter was quickly delivered to the Power Clan, and then it was taken over by the Spirit Hall. Yu Guan opened it without hesitation and found that it was exactly the same as what Jinriksu said. For a moment, he believed Jinriksu's information more, which also made Yu Guan and Gui Mei feel relieved. He did not repack the letter and handed it directly to Titan. Titan was also very helpless about this. He dared not speak out and could only open the letter with expectation. The reply was simple, but it made Titan very desperate. Anil City would not move, Yihan would not show up, and only 3 old friends would come. But what if the 3 of them came? Even if the 3 clans had developed for a period of time, they still could not compete with the Spirit Hall. A thought called regret came to his mind. If he had agreed to Yihan's recruitment at the beginning, would the situation today be very different? Looking at his 3 old friends, they are all titled Douluo, but he is still a level 88 soul Douluo. If he had agreed to Yihan, would he also be a titled Douluo? Everything, only when things happen, will there be endless regret, but there is nothing he can do. Chapter 189 The Tacit Understanding Between the Two Parties. Anil City, in the reception room of the Dimension Academy. A large map was spread out on the table, which basically covered the entire Douluo Continent. This was also a map that Yihan had been looking for a long time before finding. Esdeath, look at the places that Luozai gave you. Where is the nearest one? We will set off after a few days when the Power Clan is finished. That's right. It's to wait for the Power Clan to finish. It's not that Yihan wants to help the Power Clan, but the other 3 clans will set off. Yihan just needs to stay in Anil City. The Spirit Hall will never dare to touch anyone from the 3 clans, but if Yihan leaves, wouldn't it be a clear attitude that he will not intervene in this matter? I took a look, and the places that Luozai gave me are all very strange, or they are all at the border of this map, and they are all far away, so I think we just need to follow the order. Esdeath pointed to several places helplessly. Yihan also roughly estimated that no matter which place he went to, the journey was not close, but Yihan was not in a hurry. The ruins that suddenly appeared suddenly disrupted the timeline of the entire Douluo. Under such circumstances, Yihan planned to search slowly. In addition, after waiting for a long time, the major forces would not be able to open the ruins, and they would slowly get back on track. In the Xiandao Imperial City, in the branch hall of the Spirit Hall, Titan's forehead was sweating and he kept swinging his hammer. There was also a clanging sound from inside. Guimei and Yuguan were not far away, and they did not urge them, but just waited quietly. Let us in. At the gate of the branch hall of the Spirit Hall, Yang Wudi and the other 2 were very angry, and their 9 spirit rings were shining. The guard had never seen such a scene before, and he stuttered and said, 3, Your Majesties, it's not that I don't allow you to enter, but Your Majesty Ghost Douluo and Your Majesty Poison Douluo don't allow it. The guard was really screwed. There were Yang Wudi and the other 2 in front of him, and Yuguan and Guimei behind him. He was in a dilemma for a while. They were all titled Douluo and it was not good to offend anyone. Hey! Aren't these the other 3 of the 4 clans with single attributes? What? You are already titled Douluo and you still want to bully a gatekeeper? Yuguan's weird temper came first before the 3 of them got angry. Yang Wudi, who was so hot-tempered, could not stand Yuguan, and the spear in his hand stabbed directly at Yuguan, but Yuguan was well prepared for this, and dodged Yang Wudi's attack with a flash. Yuguan Hall have gone too far this time, arresting people and threatening them. Bai looked at Yuguan coldly. Yuguan said with disdain, We Wuhan Hall tried to persuade them with reason and emotion at the beginning, but the Titan Patriarch did not agree to give him face. So we can only resort to this last resort. Don't talk about these nonsense, let the old gorilla go quickly. Otherwise, we will overturn this branch of Wuhan Hall for you. Niaga roared angrily. The ghostly figure slowly appeared, you can try it. For a while, the momentum of the 5-titled Douluo was still very terrifying, and the soul power bursting around made the people watching the excitement leave one after another, fearing that the fish pond would be affected. The battle was about to break out. Yang Wudi blocked Zhu Douluo alone, and Bai He and Niagao fought against Ghost Douluo. Feeling the fighting outside, the blacksmith Titan paused, threw away his hammer, and walked out quickly. A Templar Knight stopped Titan. You can't go out. Get out. He couldn't beat the title Douluo, so even a little soul emperor would threaten him. He punched the Templar Knight and sent him flying. He rushed out quickly, looking at the 2 fighting in a group, and Titan wanted to help. But he kept weighing the pros and cons and found that his current strength was not enough in this kind of battle, or he could only be beaten, or even make things worse. Seeing Titan coming out, the battle situation suddenly stalemated. According to Yuguan's idea, he and Guimei were both level 95 title Douluo, and it was more than enough to deal with 3 level 91 title Douluo. However, Yu Guan underestimated Yang Wudi's fighting ability. You know, in the original work, Yang Wudi relied on the strength of Soul Douluo to fight against a title Douluo. Not to mention winning, but since he has suppressed the title Douluo, it is simply outrageous. The ghosts on the other side are also very irritable. Nia Gao has thick skin and flesh, and Bei is not inferior to him in speed. For a while, there was really no way to deal with the two people. Please ask the Golden E worshipper to take action. Yu Guan repelled Yang Wudi and said loudly. The next moment, a powerful soul power instantly suppressed the area near the Wuhan Hall. The strength of the 98th level of the Golden E is not a joke. This is also borrowed by Yu Guan from Jinring Su for insurance. Originally it was just for insurance, but I didn't expect it to be really helpful now. Looking at the sudden appearance of the Golden E, Yang Wudi and the other two swallowed their saliva subconsciously. This kind of oppression is really terrifying. The Golden E didn't say anything, but opened the soul ring and stood aside. The three of Yang Wudi didn't dare to move, let alone the Titan who is only a soul Douluo. Haha. 3 clan leaders, I advise you to go back to where you came from. Yu Guan said with some sarcasm. Yang Wudi clenched the spear in his hand, and roared against Chen Yi's momentum, let the old gorilla go, we'll just leave. Gimmy's face turned cold, and he said grimly, you three better see the situation clearly. If it weren't for Yihan, do you think you three can still stand here safely? Yu Guan asked with some amusement, do you know why Yihan has been preparing to leave Anil City, but hasn't left yet? Before the three of them could think about it, Yu Guan announced the answer, Yihan is protecting you. If he leaves Anil City, you will definitely not be able to go back today. To be honest, Yihan has done his utmost. But since you once wanted to provoke a war between Anil City and Wuhan Hall for the sake of the Power Clan, it's ridiculous. This paragraph was given by Jinring Su to Yu Guan. It was said very simply. If the three of them found that Yihan had not left Anil City, these three people would not know what was good for them and would say it out loud. After hearing this, Yang Wudi and the other two hesitated. They didn't expect Yu Guan to be so straightforward. In fact, on the way here, Yang Wudi and the other two felt that they might have to die here. But they really didn't expect that in order to protect them, Yihan, who was about to leave, was in Anil City. This was a silent help, and it was this kind of help that made the three hesitate. Things suddenly came to a stalemate. Titan sighed, looking at his old friend who fought for him, and felt regretful in his heart. Let's stop here. I'll help you forge. Old gorilla. Nia Gao looked at the compromised Titan, and was a little unbelievable for a while. On the other hand, Bai He secretly breathed a sigh of relief, release the Power Clan, and the three of us will retreat directly. Faced with such a situation, Yu Guan raised a smile. Of course, as long as Chief Titan is willing to help us forge items, we will definitely treat him with courtesy, and we will release the members of the Power Clan immediately. Yu Guan had thought about this a long time ago. There was no need to have unnecessary conflicts with Anil City. If Yihan was really irritated, and the matter of the ruins was forced to get involved, then the Spirit Hall would lose more than it gained. Titan was relieved to hear that Yu Guan was willing to release his people. Thank you for this matter, it's me who implicated you. Old gorilla, why are you being so polite? What's our relationship? Nia Gao said loudly. Bai He on the side bowed his head to Titan and nodded, take care, we are going back. The originally lively Xiandao Imperial City became quiet again. Titan followed Yu Guan back to the forging furnace with some bitterness and began his hard work journey. But fortunately, his people were released, which was also a rare good news. Don't be depressed. We won't go too far with you. We'll provide you with good food and drink. We just need to make a few signs. Yu Guan said speechlessly. You know, he had spent a lot of effort for this key. Got it. Work hard. Once this is forged, we'll let it go. Yu Guan didn't care about Titan's attitude. The battle of the Xiandao Empire naturally couldn't be hidden from Daimyo Bei and Jiangxin City. Daimyo Bei also realized that the Spirit Hall was pretending to be a traitor. But now that Titan has been controlled, they can only seek help from Lu Gao, otherwise the Spirit Hall will definitely take the lead in the end. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 190 The future is in our hands. Yihan, who was far away in Anil City, naturally heard the solution. This situation was the best. Yang Wudi and the others have already left Xiandao Imperial City. Get ready and set off tomorrow. Yuhan said calmly. In addition to the 7 of them, only Bing Haoai and Zhao Lei were brought with them this time. In fact, Bing Haoai originally did not plan to go. But under Zhao Lei's efforts to deceive him, Bing Haoai wavered. What? Why did he deceive Bing Haoai? Because Zhao Lei thought Bing Haoai was easy to deceive and was a good laborer. As Yang Wudi and the other 2 approached Anil City, Yihan and the others set off early the next morning. The target was the southernmost part above Emperor Yan, which still belonged to the Xiandao Empire. However, because it was too far away geographically, the Xiandao Empire basically ignored it. It was all controlled by the local city lord, and the Xiandao Empire only had to collect money. And this place represents the symbol of fire, which is the so-called territory of the god of fire. After Yuhan set out for a week, before he got close to the south, the Wuhan Hall had a big move. Announced to the world that the Spirit Hall belongs to the Spirit Hall. They have found a way to enter the ruins. For a while, a large number of spirit masters rushed to tell each other. After all, the Spirit Hall must be sure of the announcement. To be honest, this news was released by Bibi Dong. On the one hand, it was to increase the morale and popularity of the Spirit Hall. On the other hand, it was a simple hint. If you want to enter the ruins, please me. Bibi Dong. Are you stupid? Since you didn't discuss this matter with me. Jin Ringsu was a little angry. Jin Yi on the side asked with some doubts, isn't it good to be able to open the ruins? Jin Ringsu didn't know how to explain it for a while. It would be good to be able to open it, but Jin Ringsu knew that this was just an illusion created by Yihan. The real key is in Yihan's hands, but he can't say it. Moreover, Yihan did not target the Spirit Hall by doing this. It was just that the Spirit Hall rushed up to give up. Grandpa Jin, Bibi Dong is too impulsive. This kind of thing has never been tried. If the ruins cannot be opened at that time, the Spirit Hall will lose face. Jin Ringsu said seriously. After listening to Jin Ringsu's words, Jin also felt that Bibi Dong was a little impulsive, but still believed in Bibi Dong. Bibi Dong should be sure, otherwise she would not take such a risk. Is she sure? Of course, but unfortunately the confidence is based on the illusion given by Yihan. Just yesterday, Titan finished making several signs. Looking at the keys that looked like handicrafts, Yu Guan was only excited in his heart, and hurriedly found Bibi Dong with the keys. So what is the confidence? It is the technology of Titan's master craftsman, and it is also the trust in the materials. You must know that these keys are forged with deep-sea sunken silver. Deep-sea sunken silver is the best material that can be found on Douluo Continent at present. Only the wealthy Spirit Hall can take out a large piece of deep-sea sunken silver, continuously refine it, hammer it and forge it, and finally form such a few small keys. Faced with such a situation, Bibi Dong made a prompt decision and decided to use this opportunity to push the Spirit Hall to a higher position. Ziohan. Look at this news. Yihan, who was far away in the sky, received the news with a certain delay. Puff, I feel that whoever hosts this time will be unlucky. Yihan really didn't expect the Spirit Hall to be so arrogant. Logically, you got the key, so you should make a fortune in silence. Or try it first. Where does the honey juice confidence come from? Notify everyone and let Anil City prepare for problems recently. Yihan can already see the embarrassment of the Spirit Hall. In order to prevent the Spirit Hall from going crazy, he still needs to prepare. At this moment, Yu Guan is holding a jade box in his hand and standing by the stone tablet of the ruins. There are people who come here because of their reputation. You must know that the Spirit Hall only announced it to the world, but did not invite anyone to come. These large and small families all came spontaneously. It can be said that the Spirit Hall did this and gave itself enough face. For large and small families, being able to enter the ruins is enough. What is face? As for those who didn't come, they were basically those who didn't want to get involved. In addition, Jin Ringsu, who was disguised as Xiandao Empire, and Yuhan from Anil City didn't come. In Yu Guan's opinion, Jin Ringsu didn't come because she knew the result long ago. As for Yihan not coming, that's even better. In fact, Jin Ringsu did know the result long ago. The Spirit Hall will lose face today, and she has no way to do it. You say blame Yihan. Yihan told her about this matter a long time ago, so after thinking about it, it can only be Bibi Dong's fault. It's too rash. As for Yihan, He can only say without me, you will never be able to open the door of the ruins in your life. Congratulations to the spirit hall this time. Ning Fengzi said to Yu Guan with a faint smile. Daimyo on the side also said a little sourly, what a good trick. Your Majesty Zhu Douluo. Yu Guan didn't care about it at all, just nodded. Now the spirit hall has the absolute initiative, and these people are just jealous. Today, the spirit hall will take off with an unstoppable momentum. Seeing that a large number of people had gathered, Yu Guan spoke very skillfully, I think the purpose of everyone coming here is obvious. The keys on the stone tablet can be forged. For this reason, the spirit hall used deep-sea sunken silver to forge these keys. As Yu Guan showed the keys, everyone's eyes were very hot, and some secretly sighed that the spirit hall was rich and powerful. After all, deep-sea sunken silver is not so easy to get. Facing the uproar, Yu Guan was very satisfied. He waved his hand and the surroundings became quiet in an instant. This situation made Yu Guan very happy. This relic can be said to be one of the few places in Douluo Continent that is related to the throne of God. According to reason, our spirit hall spent a lot of money and materials, and we should occupy this relic, but His Holiness the Pope decided to open the relic for the sake of the vast number of soul masters. After the relic is opened, everyone can enter. The treasures inside depend on their abilities, and those who are capable will get them. For a time, everyone's casual soul master's favorability towards the spirit hall was directly maxed out, and their favorability towards Bibidong also increased rapidly. Anyone with a relatively large influence knows that the spirit hall is just doing a favor. On the one hand, there are a large number of independent cultivators in the spirit master world, and there are many with high spirit power. On the other hand, who knows if there is any danger in the ruins, and these people are just cannon fodder. Do you really think that if you get some treasures in there, the spirit hall will let those who get the treasures go? It is said that those who are capable will win. In this way, the spirit hall can be said to be popular, and all the money and property are taken. Of course, all this is based on being able to open the ruins. However, at this moment, except for Jin Ringsu and Yi Han who know the truth, everyone else has basically believed it. I won't say much here. I just want to say that the future belongs to the spirit hall. The next step is to open the door of the ruins, and everyone will look for their own miracles. As Yu Guan finished his inciting words, the whole place was instantly in an uproar. Long live the spirit hall! I will join the spirit hall today. They still treat us casual cultivators equally. The spirit hall seems to be pretty good. Faced with these compliments, the people in the spirit hall were very satisfied. Ning Fengzi had a smile on his face all the time, only Daimyo was a little disdainful. Yu Guan took out an ice flower in the shape of deep-sea silver from the jade box and confidently put it into the depression. The next step is to witness the miracle. For a moment, everyone held their breath and looked at the ice flower very seriously. Crack! As the ice flower was completely put in, the originally confident Yu Guan's face changed and his smile froze. The expected light column did not appear, but the ice flower cracked. It also cracked just like what Yuhan and others tried, and then shattered and disappeared without a trace. Yu Guan was stunned, and most of the people present were also stunned. Only Daimyo was ecstatic when he saw this, and he laughed loudly. Is this the result of your spirit hall during this period? It's ridiculous. You gathered so many people, and in the end you showed us this. The future is in the hands of the spirit hall? Are you going to make us laugh to death and then inherit our future? It must be said that after the scolding, Daimyo was very happy, and it can be said that this was the happiest day in the past few days. Yu Guan's face was ashen. He never thought that this would happen. Now things are out of control. The spirit hall has become the topic of conversation for others after dinner. Yu Guan was also nailed to the same board. Some of Yu Guan, who was a little unconvinced, took out the second key from the jade box and put it into the concave place. As a result, the key broke again, one by one until the last one, which completely shattered Yu Guan's last luck. Is the spirit hall making fun of me? Someone in the crowd shouted, and for a while, a large number of soul masters felt that they were brushed, and they didn't care whether Yu Guan was a titled Douluo or not, and the voices of abuse came one after another. On the other hand, the Kibaoliuli sect and Xingluo Empire stood aside very skillfully. Facing such a huge number of soul masters, Yu Guan could not stand it at all and had to leave first. Yu Guan and Gimri were titled Douluo and could not be stopped by others, but the Templar Knights who were in charge of order in the Spirit Hall were stopped. The roars of these scattered soul masters poured on the Templar Knights. The Spirit Hall, which was originally praised by everyone, had already been cursed by the world in just a moment. Chapter 191 The Ruined Fuji Castle. The Spirit Hall used their personal experience to teach Daimyobe a lesson, which was very vivid. However, the entire progress was greatly hindered by the Spirit Hall. After all, even the deep-sea silver forging was useless, not to mention the materials he prepared. If you ask if you have ever doubted Yi Han, you must have. Unfortunately, there's a Zhu King who has been playing the role of a smooth talker, always leading Yi Han's suspicion to other places without leaving any traces. The two major forces of the Spirit Hall and the Xingluo Empire in the extreme north are now in a state of panic, but Yi Han, who is far away in the south, is very comfortable. No matter which world it is, as long as it is away from human buildings, the air quality will instantly improve by 1 level. As you go further south, the distance between cities becomes longer and the population becomes sparser. Xiao Han, according to the map, the city ahead should be the last one we can see. The map says it is called Tencheng, but you also know that these remote cities in the Xiandao Empire are mostly not updated. Yi pointed to the dilapidated city gate in front of him and said. Yi Han also knew about the nature of the Xiandao Empire, and he didn't care. Let's go in and take a look first. As Yi Han and others approached Tencheng, they felt that the city gate was more and more dilapidated. If you didn't look carefully from a distance, the city gate was fine. Now that you are close, the whole city gate is broken. There is no one guarding it. It can be said that there are basically no defense measures. This is too outrageous. Bing Hao said in astonishment, even the place like the far north where no one lives is not like this. Yi Han's mouth twitched slightly. This was his first time to come to such a place. He really didn't know there would be such a poor place. Let's go in. As everyone entered, there were only dilapidated houses inside, and there were basically few good ones. Yi Han and others were dressed in luxurious clothes. As soon as they entered, they were stared at by everyone. There was curiosity, greed, and disbelief in their eyes. All kinds of eyes gathered around Yi Han and others. After observing the surroundings for a while, Yi Han walked to an old man. Old man, how do I get to the city lord's mansion? The old man raised his weak head and said sarcastically, the city lord's mansion has collapsed a long time ago, and I don't know where the city lord has gone. Is there a place like a hotel? Yi Han didn't care about the old man's tone. Hotel? What kind of place is that? If you want to sleep, just lie down. The old man was obviously prejudiced against Yi Han and others. However, after observing the whole city, it is possible that there is really no so-called hotel in the whole Tencheng. With this in mind, Yi Han did not dislike the dirtiness nearby and sat on the ground. Old man, can you talk about why you are prejudiced against us? Seeing Yi Han's actions, the people nearby and the old man were a little surprised. You know, the nobles they had seen before were all spoiled. There is nothing to talk about. I just hate nobles. The old man's tone was a little better. We are not nobles, and we have nothing to do with the Xiandao Empire. Yi Han explained. After saying this, the old man looked at Yi Han with some surprise. You little girl, you still want to deceive me. Our Tencheng is extremely hot, even the residents are very difficult, resulting in basically no soul beasts. You are not a noble, are you a soul master? You may see nobles in Tencheng, but soul masters are definitely rare products. One is that Tencheng is too far away. Not to mention the Spirit Hall, even the Xiandao Empire will not send people to awaken. The second point is the main reason. There are no soul beasts here at all, and if you go out, the land is dry and cracked. Not to mention treasures, there is not even a blue silver grass. What are soul masters doing here? Come to play? Only nobles will be curious to come here to take a look, and then they can't stand the weather here and run away cursing. Faced with the old man's insistence, Yi Han's 6 soul rings shone. Even if the old man has never seen a soul master, he knows some common sense in the Douluo Continent. This. You are really a soul master. The old man looked at Yi Han in surprise. It's genuine. Yi Han smiled and put away the soul ring. My companions and I are here to gain experience and are ready to travel all over the Douluo Continent, so we came back to this southernmost place. I just didn't expect that there is a place like yours in the Xiandao Empire. After hearing what Yi Han said, the old man said with some disdain, what's impossible? These nobles don't care about our lives. The original city lord took all the things and ran away. We can only wait to die here. But the Xiandao Empire can receive money from here every year. Yihan asked in surprise. Ha ha ha. It's all paid by the noble himself. If he wants to keep his noble position, he can't give up Tang San. The old man's mocking voice was not concealed at all. He just ran away. Why do you seem to dislike the nobles so much? Yihan asked puzzledly. If the person left, he left, but he took away the water drops of Tang San. The old man's language was also a little fierce. Water beads. That's right. Tang San has lived on water beads for generations. We don't know the principle. We only know that there will be no shortage of water if there are water beads. But the city lord took the water beads away when he saw them. I heard that he presented them to the emperor of the empire. It's ridiculous. Without water, how can we grow crops and live in such a hot area? The old man shook his head in despair. Then why don't you leave Tang San? Ben Zhou asked curiously. The old man glanced at Ben Zhou and said with emotion, the younger generation who are willing to leave have already left. Those who are here are unwilling to leave. Our family has been passed down in Tang San for more than 200 years. We can't bear to leave. Instead of living outside, it's better to stay in Tang San and die. Yihan still believed in this kind of words. For the older generation, after decades of twists and turns, the last wish is to return to their hometown. The atmosphere became a little silent, and Yihan didn't have any good solution. In this situation, he could change the climate for a while, but it was impossible to change it forever. Thank you, old man. We are going to set off. When I return to the Xiandao Empire, I will help you get the water back. Yihan stood up calmly and patted the dust off his body. The old man hesitated for a while as he looked at Yihan going away. Little girl, you should go back. Even if you are soul masters, there are a lot of volcanoes ahead, all of which are active volcanoes, which are very dangerous. Yihan just smiled, waved to the old man, and left directly. After leaving Tang San, Ben Zhou looked back with some pity. It's really pitiful. Xiao Han, we should have shared some food with the old man before. Yihan shook his head, and Yi said calmly, if we gave it to him, it would harm him. Why? Facing Ben Zhou's doubts, Esdeath said bluntly, people are greedy. Giving money is useless here. Giving food and drink, how can an old man stop others from fighting for it? There are not only old men in Tang San, but also young people who are very hungry. Ben Zhou nodded ignorantly. She understood, but she didn't know why this happened. Don't worry. Now that we know the water beads are in the hands of the Xiandao Empire, I will ask Zhu King for them and return them to the people of Tang San, and everything will be fine. Yihan touched Ben Zhou's head and comforted him. Such words can only be regarded as comfort. Even if the water beads are returned to Tang San, there are basically only the old, weak and disabled people left in Tang San now. How much ability can restore Tang San to its previous state? But at least it can make the people in Tang San live a little more comfortably, which is also the greatest help Yihan can do. Chapter 192 Weird Energy. As we left Tang San and continued to go deeper, the whole process can be described in one word, that is, hot. Very hot. Hot people are upset. At this time, Esdeath and Bing Haoiu, who possessed the ultimate ice, played a crucial role. Ah. Cool. Don't say it, old Bing, it's really a wise choice to bring you here. Zhao Lei was hanging a piece of ice, and there were bursts of cold air around him. After all, it was ultimate ice, and it was difficult to melt with heat alone, so now Yihan and others each had a piece. It's getting late, old man Bing built a house with ice, and we will rest in it tonight. Yihan looked at the sky and said casually. Bing Haoiu's face darkened, I'm not an old man. You see, after my strength was unlocked, I have become very young. And I am a level 99 ultimate Douluo, and you let me build a house. Bing Haoiu was very unhappy and very upset. After all, he was also a titled Douluo. Other organizations would not let an ultimate Douluo build a house without respecting the virtuous. If Yihan hadn't given too much, the welfare in Anil City was too good, and the grass on Jin Daoliu's grave was too high, the iron-willed Bing Haoiu would have run away long ago. Stop talking nonsense. Hurry up. Yihan naturally discovered Bing Haoiu's little mood, but it was not that Yihan was too much to Bing Haoiu. It was that this guy and Zhao Lei had been hanging out together for a month, and spent a lot of gold soul coins. It was so bad that Yihan had to use him. Although Bing Haoiu was reluctant, he didn't cut corners in the house. In the hot weather, this house is simply the most comfortable place. Yuhan even had the idea of staying in it. After a peaceful night, Yuhan stretched and opened the door, and a wave of heat hit him. Bang! Ah! It's still comfortable in here. Yuhan sighed and lay on his ice bed again. Ziohan is up. Yi passed by Yuhan's room and heard the voice before. He pushed the door open and found Yuhan still lying on the bed. He said unhappily, "We have to travel today, get up quickly." Yuhan glanced at Yi and turned around slowly. "I'm not awake yet, go and call others first." Yi was stunned, then walked to Yuhan with a very unhappy look. "Others have gotten up, it's you, hurry up." Seeing this, Yuhan said cautiously, "Or we can take a day off and wait until the weather gets cooler before setting off." "Yi, are you going to die alone here?" Yi said with a black face, reaching out to pull Yuhan up. Looking at Yi's murderous eyes, Yuhan silently climbed up. This was not cowardice, but respect for Yi. After all, people had come to wake him up in person. After cleaning up, Yuhan stood at the end. Zhao Lei pushed open the door, and the familiar heat wave hit him again. Even a titled Douluo like Zhao Lei took a step back. "How about we? Let's go." Esdeath kicked Zhao Lei out with a bad temper, and dragged Yuhan out, leaving no room for the two to struggle. The group left the ice house and set off again. The surroundings were all dry and cracked land, and there were no landmarks at all. Yuhan and others had basically lost their peace of mind. Fortunately, Esdeath would leave a trail of ice when walking, so it was convenient to see whether everyone was walking in a straight line. The temperature here is too high. Even if you have the ice cubes from the old man, you still have to open your soul power to ensure that you don't get sunburnt. Yuhan said speechlessly. "You must know that Binghaoiu's ice is the ultimate ice, and the ice cubes will not melt, but the strange thing is that the ice cubes have become hot." "What did you say? Say it again." Binghaoiu suddenly looked at Yuhan and said. This made Yuhan confused, and after thinking for a while, "Too hot. Why is it hot? Don't you have the ultimate ice in your hand?" Binghaoiu asked seriously. "You are talking nonsense. When the heat is on, the ice cubes are getting hotter." Yuhan also found something wrong. "Oh my god, why is the extreme ice getting hotter? There's a strange force here, it seems to heat this thing crazily without destroying the substance itself, and it will get hotter as time goes by." Binghaoiu discovered this situation a long time ago, but he never figured it out until Yuhan complained that it was too hot. Dongtang looked at the extreme ice in his hand and asked carefully, "Doesn't that mean that this force is also heating us? We won't spontaneously combust in a while." "I don't know. But this force is also eroding us." Binghaoiu felt the power inside his body and said. Yuhan's face changed slightly. "You know, this kind of subtle ability is the most terrifying. Everyone has been eroded without knowing it. Two choices, retreat, or move forward at full speed." Yuhan was still very serious when facing serious matters. For a while, everyone fell into contemplation, and Esdeath asked first, "Binghaoiu, can you stop this erosion?" "No, but my soul power can make this erosion very slow." Binghaoiu said seriously. "My suggestion is to retreat, repair, and then enter again." Binghaoiu is a level 99 ultimate Douluo, and he has the ultimate ice on his body, but he can't stop the erosion of this energy. "I think the answer is obvious." Esdeath's words shocked everyone. It was indeed the case. This energy is likely to belong to the god of fire. "I agree with Esdeath," Leah said calmly. Yuhan thought for a while and felt that it was not suitable to move forward now. He summoned Vimana from the king's treasure, and everyone jumped on it. "Old Bing, sense where this power ends, or it is still spreading," Vimana said as he walked back quickly along the ice marks on the ground. In a short while, everyone had returned to Tengchang and put away Vimana. "Rest in the city for a day and get enough rest. Use Vimana to move forward tomorrow morning." Everyone had no objection to this. They didn't use Vimana before because it consumed too much soul power. At present, the problem of erosion cannot be solved in this situation. They can only go in quickly to see what happens. After entering Tengcheng, they found a deserted place and set up camp, ignoring the looks of people nearby. The next morning, they stood at the gate of the city. Yuhan summoned Vimana again, and Binghaoiu patted them. "I injected a little of my soul power into your bodies, which can block these energies. I tested it yesterday, and the more you go inside, the more energy there is." Vimana rushed inside at a fast speed. In just a few minutes, it had surpassed the place where it was yesterday and continued to fly. Everyone was observing the surroundings, and Yuhan controlled Vimana to fly. A warning bell suddenly appeared in everyone's mind. Yuhan stopped Vimana instantly and looked at several people. Do you feel it? Yi nodded. If you take another step forward, you may die. The others nodded one after another, and Yuhan looked at Zhao Lei and Bing Haoyu on the side. After all, they were only sole emperors, and they had to see the situation of the two titled Douluo. Zhao Lei and Bing Haoyu also nodded solemnly. There is a lot of energy here, but I feel that from here on, the energy inside is doubling, or this place is like a cup, but the cup is broken, and the energy outside is just leaking out of the cup. Bing Haoyu looked at the inside with some horror. Yuhan scratched his hair in annoyance. It seems that we can't get in unless we solve the erosion of this power. Let's go back and ask the people in Tencheng to see if they have any solution. As long as it involves the situation of God, Yuhan will basically be very cautious. You must know that these places are very strange, and the strength of God is not something they can currently achieve. It is always right to be careful, and careful. If you wait until something really happens and then regret it, it will be a real regret. Chapter 193 Key Points. Inside Tencheng, Yuhan and others have come back again. After all, there is no good way to go deeper, and it is also very dangerous to stay inside. It is better to come back and slowly think of a solution. I really don't have any good solution. This kind of energy will not destroy the essence of the ultimate ice at all, but it will erode the ultimate ice. Bing Haoyu said a little irritably. Yuhan also knew that the current situation was in a stalemate, and he couldn't force it. Let's do this first. I'll go out and ask the people in Tencheng to see if there is any solution. What can a group of ordinary people do? Zhao Lei didn't look down on these ordinary people, but was stating a fact. Yuhan also knew what Zhao Lei meant, but now there is nothing to do, just waiting, so it is better to go out and try your luck. He doesn't believe that the entire Tencheng has not gone south for so many years. I'll go with you. Tang San ran over quickly. Anyway, I don't have anything to do here. Yuhan nodded. Leah and others were not interested in going out, and in the end, only Yuhan and the others were left. Tencheng is still very chaotic, but this kind of chaos is limited to ordinary people, which is much better. If it is a soul master, it will probably be troublesome. Hey, old man, we meet again. Yuhan looked at the old man sitting on the ground and walked over to greet him with a smile. The old man slowly raised his head when he heard the familiar voice. Yuhan's face was still very iconic. After all, she was a little too beautiful. It's you. Little girl, haven't you gone to the south yet? Listen to my advice. Although there are no soul beasts there, it is very dangerous. The old man still hated Yuhan at first, but after Yuhan's previous actions, he changed his mind about Yuhan a lot. Now it can be regarded as a kind of reminder. Yuhan also smiled at this, took out a bottle of water from the soul guide and handed it to the old man. Old man, drink some water. The old man was stunned but did not refuse. You know, since the water beads disappeared, the most scarce thing in Tencheng is water. After all, the weather is hot, and the human body's demand for water has also increased. We have been there, but when we get to a certain place, there is a kind of energy in it that we have no way to solve, so we came back. Yuhan asked tentatively. Ahem. The old man who was drinking water looked at the two in disbelief when he heard what Yuhan said, and asked uncertainly, it's only been 2 days, and you walked back and forth. Yes. After all, we are soul masters, but we can't continue at a certain position. I wonder if you have any solution, old man. Yuhan asked with some expectation. The old man shook his head and said self-deprecatingly, what can I do? I only walked inside when I was young in this life, but I only walked apart because I was afraid of death. Although Yuhan was a little disappointed, it was reasonable. Yes, the energy inside is really difficult for you to deal with since you are not soul masters. Are all soul masters as powerful as you? The old man asked curiously. Yuhan thought for a while. It shouldn't be. Our game is special. Most soul masters should not be able to reach the position we have reached. You have to know that they rely on the extreme ice of the 99th level title Douluo, combined with the high mobility of Vimana, to reach the position inside. If it were an ordinary soul master, it is estimated that he would not even notice the erosion and would eventually die of spontaneous combustion. The old man nodded, looked at the water in his hand, then looked at Yuhan's clean face and kind smile, slowly helped the wall to stand up shakily, patted the dust on his trouser legs and buttocks. Come with me. Yuhan, who was originally planning to leave, asked doubtfully, where to go. In fact, when there were water beads, Tang Cheng was still peaceful and prosperous. There were no soul masters here, so there were no disasters. There were no soul beasts nearby, let alone things like beast tides. So every young man always went to the south to explore. Many people came out early because they were afraid of death, and some died inside. More than 100 years ago, a woman also entered and went deep into the innermost part, and came back alive. The words of the old man made Yihan's heart surge. This is an opportunity. More than 100 years now, it's more than 120 years old. Yihan asked cautiously, is this person still alive? Because you are still alive, I took you there. It's a reward for you giving me water. After all, no one except her knows how she walked to the innermost part and came out alive. The old man explained. Yihan nodded seriously, and the three of them soon came to a shabby hut. However, compared to those who slept on the streets, having a place to live was already very good. Ancestor, I'm new, can I come in? The old man asked softly. After a while, an old but very energetic voice came from inside. Did you bring someone with you? Otherwise I don't remember you coming to see me. The old man touched his nose awkwardly and walked into the hut with Yihan and Tang San. Wow? New boy, where did you kidnap two beautiful girls? Let me tell you, although our Fuji city is now dilapidated, we don't do human trafficking. The woman said teasingly. The old man smiled helplessly. Ancestor, don't joke, these two have something to ask you. While the two were talking, Yihan immediately gave the woman in front of him an appraisal. Name, Tang Yu, ordinary person, god of fire divine test, completed the first god test, and was rewarded with longevity. When Yihan saw the news, he was shocked. Can an ordinary person get the god test? And Luozai said that the current god of fire did not give any divine test at all. Think about a group of soul masters wandering around the ruins in the far north just for the illusory position of god, but an ordinary person here has also had a divine test. Oh? What do the two little girls want to talk to me about? Tang Yu asked casually. This time I came to the old man to ask how you got into the deepest part of the south. We also walked to a place close to the depths, but we couldn't get in there, or we didn't dare to go in, and we would die if we went in. Yihan said bluntly. Hearing about the south, Tang Yu's pupils shrank, and he said seriously, can you go to such a deep place? Yes. But after you get there, you don't dare to go any further. Yihan affirmed. Tang Yu said bitterly, you did the right thing. There were people who went there together, but only I went in. Everyone else died and burned as soon as they entered. Then how did you get in there? Yihan asked expectantly. Tang Yu looked at Yihan, then looked at Tang San, and then looked at the old man on the side. Seeing this, the old man was also very tactful and turned around and walked out. Looking at your clothes, your identities should not be simple, but they should not be nobles, otherwise that kid and you would not bring you in. But I think your power is not small. Can you tell me about it? Tang Yu did not answer Yihan's question, but asked Yihan a question. Yihan's eyes flashed. This is an opportunity. I am the mayor of Anil City, but Anil City is different from Tangcheng. Now it is called the four major forces together with Wuhan Hall, Xiandao Empire, and Xingluo Empire. I don't know if this force is enough. Tang Yu was a little surprised when she heard it. To be honest, she was a little unconvinced, but looking at Yihan's confident expression, it seemed to be somewhat convincing. Then let's make a deal. Bring back the water beads, and I will tell you everything you want to know. Tang Yu said with a smile. For Tang Yu, Tangcheng is her hometown, and she is also very uncomfortable when the water beads are taken away. Now Yihan claims to be one of the four major forces on the mainland. Whether it is true or not, as long as the water beads can be brought back, it will be fine. Okay. Then we'll take our leave first. Yihan waited for the news and left immediately to go to his own camp. Facing Yihan's vigorous and resolute actions, Tang Yu still admired him very much and said with some emotion, I hope you can get the water beads back. After all, without the water beads, you can't get in at all. Chapter 194 Water drops that are hard to obtain. Yihan ran back to the camp in a hurry. We found a way. But there are some prerequisites. Really? Everyone looked at Yihan and Tang San in surprise. Yes, it's true. Tang San nodded to confirm the news. Since Tang San said it, it must be true. Leah said calmly. Yes, San can still be believed. Esdeath also nodded in agreement. Yihan. Can't I believe what I said? Something is wrong with you. Xiao Feng, get ready, we will teleport back directly, then find Zhu King, get the water beads and come back. Yihan explained the situation a little, and then said to Ben Tiaofeng. But she is just an ordinary person, will she use us to get the water beads back, and then give us a random way to kill us? Bing Haoyu asked with some concern. Yihan was not worried about this, after all, it was too risky. If he didn't die, she would be the one to die. Even if she was an ordinary person, she was an ordinary person who had passed the God of Fire test. She wouldn't lie to me. PFFT, what the hell? Bing Haoyu doubted his life for a moment. What the hell is the God of Fire test? That thing is the same thing as my God of Ice test. Yihan said that it was indeed the same thing, so Bing Haoyu shut himself up. Originally, he thought that he was a genius anyway, and he had obtained the God of Ice. Ahem, although the God of Ice was not very reliable, it was still a God test. She, an ordinary person, would definitely not be able to complete the task. Why would you give it to her? Zhao Lei asked in confusion. No, Tang Yu completed a God test and gained the ability to live longer. After Kuang San finished speaking, Zhao Lei looked at Bing Haoyu with contempt. After all, Bing Haoyu had not completed any. Bing Haoyu, who was a little scared by the crowd, said unhappily, so what if it's completed? It's just a task. Besides, I'm a 99th level title Douluo. Tisk. Forget it. What's your ability compared to an ordinary person? I despise you. Yihan said bluntly. Me too. I despise you too. Facing the condemnation of the crowd, Bing Haoyu shut himself up. Xiao Han is ready. Ben Tiaofeng said, and a blue beam of light instantly fell from the sky, covering everyone present for a while. Such a spectacle attracted many people in Tenchang for a while, but unfortunately the entire beam of light only lasted for 8 seconds and disappeared. When someone ran over, Yihan and others had already disappeared. Back in the Dimension Academy, Bing Haoyu lay on the ground and vomited continuously. What the hell is this? Why don't you react at all? What's wrong with me? In response to Bing Haoyu's situation, Yihan gave Bing Haoyu an answer with certainty. That is, motion sickness. No, time and space sickness. None of this mattered. Yihan asked Zhao Lei to take care of Bing Haoyu, and he flew to the far north. Jin Ringsu must be stationed in the far north now. The far north is no longer as lively as before. The major forces, who have tried many methods, have already given up. After all, it is a waste of time, effort and money, and it is simply a thankless task. Only casual cultivators come here every day to try, hoping that they will be the one favored by the goddess of luck. Such peace was broken when Yihan entered Moan City. Where did Yihan go? Daimyo Bei said anxiously to the scout beside him. Yihan went to find Zhu King, and he hasn't come out yet. The scout quickly reported some information. Similarly, Yu Guan also obtained the corresponding information. It's with a young master. That's good. We won't interfere in this matter. After they finish talking, I will ask the young master directly. At this moment, there were only Jin Ringsu and Yihan in the reception room. Jin Ringsu was also surprised by Yihan's sudden visit. Didn't you go to look for the key? Why are you here? Did you find it in just 1 or 2 months? Of course not. I just want to ask if there is a water drop in the treasury of the Xiandao Empire, or blue transparent bead that can continuously produce water and has such effects as cooling. Yihan listed all the characteristics of the water droplets in one go. Jin Ringsu frowned. How could she know the national treasury was so big? I can help you check it out, but is this a key? Of course not. Look, is there a circular pattern inside? Yihan looked at Jin Ringsu staring at him, and said helplessly, but it is related to a key. If I help you get it, shouldn't you give me some benefits? I can't always pay. Jin Ringsu said meaningfully. Yihan also knew that he couldn't let Jin Ringsu do it for nothing, so he said very generously, what do you want? Jin Ringsu's eyes flickered, and she said with some playfulness, I want a key. What the hell? Hey, don't push it too far. Yihan said speechlessly. Jin Ringsu was not disappointed when she heard this, and said casually, since the key doesn't work, I will follow you to find the key. Ahem. If you leave, what will happen to Zhu King's identity? Besides, if you disappear, the spirit hall will be very anxious. Don't do it. Yihan denied it without thinking. Jin Ringsu didn't care at all. I have my own way, you don't have to worry, and I promise not to report your whereabouts to the spirit hall. and I don't want the key. Yuhan said speechlessly. You said you don't want anything, what's the point? What do you care about me? Just say whether you agree or not. If you don't agree, I will just ask for a key, which is not too much. Jin Ringsu said unhappily. Yuhan thought for a while. Giving Jin Ringsu a key was really a loss, although he didn't know what the 7 keys were used for, but it would never go wrong to hold them in his own hands. You can follow, but only you, and you have to listen to me on the way. No small movements are allowed, and things here must be handled well. Yuhan said seriously. Jin Ringsu nodded obediently. Okay, then I'll help you find the so-called water beads first. You are not allowed to run away by yourself. In response, Yuhan said that he would not leave before getting the water beads. Jin Ringsu's speed was still very fast. He came to the palace and searched around the treasury, and finally got confused. What? On the clothes of Emperor Zhu Yi. Yuhan looked at Jin Ringsu in silence. Jin Ringsu also had a headache. I didn't expect it either. It is said that this bead has a cooling effect. It will be very cool to wear, and the water produced by the bead is very sweet and delicious. This situation is troublesome. Originally, Yuhan's idea was to let Jin Ringsu take it out from the treasury directly. After all, he is the prince of a country. What's wrong with that little thing? But now that this thing has been placed on the clothes of Emperor Zhu Yi, Jin Ringsu can't be allowed to take it in this situation, otherwise it will easily expose her identity. Now the simplest and crudest method is of course to snatch it directly, but this is obviously not feasible. Once you take the initiative to provoke a war, the Spirit Wall and the Xingluo Empire will not stand idly by. Dongtang, publish the information of the water beads in the Mercenary Union. The price is 1 fairy grass. The bigger the fuss, the better, but don't let people find out that the fairy grass is ours. Just say that the person got it by accident. As for that fairy grass, give it to Kiran Tong Xianju. Yuhan said with a sharp look in his eyes. He wanted Emperor Zhu to know, and Yu Guan to know too. With Yu Guan's crazy thoughts about the Qirong Tong Tianju, he would definitely find the water beads, and then let the Spirit Wall and the Yongdao Empire fight each other. If these people knew that it was the announcement issued by Enli City, not to mention whether they would suspect it was a conspiracy, it is estimated that Emperor Zhu might directly offer the beads as a sacrifice. Chapter 195 The Way of Spy. Big news, big news. An old farmer in the Mercenary Union has obtained a magical herb. He hopes to exchange it for an ice blue bead. Anyone who can bring it out can go to the Mercenary Union for identification. What? You don't know what a magical herb is? It strengthens the body and nourishes the essence. If a person with poor aptitude eats it, he will immediately become a genius. If a person with good aptitude eats it, he will become a titled Douluo. With Yuhan's unremitting publicity, everyone in the entire Douluo Continent knew about it. Since the ruins could not be opened, this magical herb became very popular. Are you sure it is a strange chrysanthemum? Yu Guan grabbed the Templar in front of him with burning eyes, and his aura was a little unstable. The Templar's body kept shaking, and he used his martial spirit to resist Yu Guan's aura. Fortunately, the ghost on the side grabbed Yu Guan's shoulder in time, and the latter began to restrain his breath. I lost my composure. Yu Guan calmed down, but there was a lot of expectation in his words. Bring up the bounty from the Mercenary Union so I can see it. The Templar Knight quickly handed the bounty to Yu Guan, who looked at the photo on the bounty with even more fiery eyes. Gui Mei said very calmly, have you found out the person behind the bounty? You know, Yuhan also has a strange chrysanthemum in his hand. Could this be intentional by Yuhan? You know, Yuhan came back in a hurry yesterday. Gui Mei's words were like a basin of cold water poured around Yu Guan. Yes. It's really strange that the Mercenary Union would promote it so vigorously this time. The person behind the bounty is definitely an old farmer. It is said that he came from a very far place. The water drop is his heirloom, which was lost later. He has always wanted to find it back. In addition, he has no children, so he took out the fairy grass as an exchange. And this person is very smart. He lives in the Mercenary Union with the fairy grass, so it's not easy for us to do it. The Templar Knight told the two of them all the existing information. Tisk tisk. This matter reveals all kinds of weirdness. I think we should be more cautious. Gui Mei said hoarsely. Although Yu Guan wanted the Kiran Tongshan chrysanthemum very much, he still nodded. If Xiao Zhuhe wants the Kiran Tongshan chrysanthemum, you can ask the young master. Jin Yi's voice suddenly appeared in the ears of the two. Yu Guan's eyes lit up. Yes. Now that Zhu King, played by Jin Ring-su, has such a good relationship with Yihan, it is simply a natural advantage. Isn't it a simple matter to ask Yihan clearly? With a plan in mind, Yu Guan and Ji Yuimei went to visit Jin Ring-su as soon as she returned to the far north. Everything seemed to be just a conversation between the Spirit Hall and the Heaven Dao Empire. In fact, Yu Guan asked anxiously as soon as he entered the reception room, "Young master, is the Kirin Tongshan chrysanthemum of the mercenary union related to Yihan this time?" Looking at Yu Guan, who was so anxious, Jin Ring-su was a little surprised. When Yihan said that Yu Guan would be fooled, Jin Ring-su was a little unconvinced. After all, he was a titled Douluo. But now it seems that Yu Guan has gone insane. You mean the strange chrysanthemum that has been making a big fuss in the mercenary union recently? This matter has nothing to do with Yihan. They came back to me this time hoping to buy something from the Xiandao Empire's treasury from me. They will leave directly after getting the thing in a few days. I will also take this opportunity to push the matter here out, and then leave with Yihan to monitor them. Jin Ring-su had thought of the excuse early in the morning. Sure enough, after Jin Ring-su denied it, Yu Guan could feel his heart beating. "Thank you, young master, we will take our leave first." Returning to the Wuhan Hall's residence, Yu Guan struggled for a while, and said apologetically, "Old ghost, I want to go find that water drop. Since the strange chrysanthemum is not Yihan's, I have to snatch it even if I have to rob it." Ji Yuimei patted Yu Guan's shoulder, knowing that his old friend had been looking for the strange chrysanthemum for decades, and it was not easy to do it last time when it was in Yihan's hands. This time, he finally had an opportunity and naturally would not let it go. "Go ahead. The ruins can't be open anyway, and Giant Douluo is here," Ji Yuimei said hoarsely. "Thank you, old ghost," Yu Guan said gratefully, and left directly. He couldn't wait to get the Kirin Tong Xianju. Jin Ring-su had just finished fooling the Spirit Hall when she was visited by Daimyo Bei. The two had some contact during the high-level Spirit Master competition. There was no other way, so she could only fool again. After finally coaxing Daimyo Bei away, before she had time to rest, Emperor Zhu of the Xiandao Empire urgently summoned the Crown Prince Zhu King back to the Xiandao Imperial City. Jin Ring-su could only say that she was tired and started to hurry. It all started a few hours ago. When Emperor Zhu heard the news about the fairy grass, he was moved, and Ning Fengzi and others from the Seven Treasures Glazed sect were also moved. After all, it was something promoted by Yihan and others, and it basically wouldn't be fake. The effect of the fairy grass was simply amazing. "Master, we must get this immortal grass. Not to mention the younger generation, maybe you can become the 9-treasure glazed tower after eating the immortal grass," the elder said excitedly. Ning Fengzi shook his head. "I will talk about this matter after I go to the Xiandao Imperial family. Ning Fengzi has seen much more than these greedy people, and has thought a lot. Is it Yihan's conspiracy? If it is, what is the purpose? Is the Kirin Tong Xianju real? Does the so-called water drop really exist?" Ning Fengzi hopes to find out all this from Zhu King. After all, Zhu King is his apprentice. On the other side, Emperor Zhu Yi also thinks so. After being defeated by Yihan many times, Emperor Zhu Yi does not want to contact Yihan. He even dislikes the relationship between Zhu King and Yihan, but now it seems that he has to rely on Zhu King's relationship to know Yihan's plan. This is very dry. Jin Ring-su, who was exhausted all the way, finally arrived at Xiandao Imperial City. She originally wanted to go back to the prince's mansion to bathe and change clothes, but a guard at the city gate took Zhu King directly to the palace. Jin Ring-su was shocked by this. When she saw the number of guards, she knew that they had been squatting on her for many days. It was just a fairy grass. So what? Ha ha ha. King is back. I really miss him, Emperor Zhu Yi said with great concern. Ning Fengzi on the side smiled at Jin Ring-su very friendly. Listening to Emperor Zhu Yi's words, if Jin Ring-su hadn't wanted to maintain Zhu King's personality, she would have sprayed him directly in the face. It was too shameless. Why didn't she think of him when she sent him out? But these can only be thought of in the heart, and they must not be said out loud. Father, teacher, what is the reason for calling me back this time? Jin Ring-su didn't want to waste time anymore, and asked weakly. King, you should know about the fairy grass this time. We just want to know what it has to do with Yihan. Emperor Zhu Yi looked at Jin Ring-su expectantly. In response, Jin Ring-su once again brought out the prepared words. Sure enough, Although the two still had some doubts, they still believed it. After all, Yihan would leave in a few days. If it was really Yihan, he would not be so anxious. Anyway, they were all back. Jin Ringsu said, "Father, the ruins are basically stable now, and the major forces have also converged, so I don't think I need to go. I will leave it to my fourth brother to take charge, let him experience it, so as not to be idle at home, and I will make an appointment with Yihan to go to the south together." If Jin Ringsu said this before, Emperor Zuyu would never agree to it. After all, Yihan is so dangerous, the less contact, the less contact. But Jin Ringsu got the news that he didn't know so easily, which made Emperor Zuyu's heart active all of a sudden. After telling Jin Ringsu how to be a good spy, he agreed with Jin Ringsu's statement. Jin Ringsu could only be speechless about this. Now he was a spy planted by the Xiandao Empire next to Yihan, and a spy planted by the Spirit Hall in the Xiandao Empire. But because of Yihan, she followed him and became a spy planted by the Spirit Hall next to Yihan. Conversely, because of her cooperation with Yihan, she became Yihan's spy for the Xiandao Empire and the Spirit Hall. The relationship was so messy, the only good thing was that no one knew about it, otherwise Jin Ringsu felt that she would be beaten to death. On the other side, Avalanche in the brothel sneezed crazily, always feeling that she was being sold out. Chapter 196. The cook duck flew away. 3 days later, with Yihan's departure, all the major forces believed that this matter had nothing to do with Yihan, and began to move. In fact, Yihan was still in Anil City, but he went out and returned to the city to create an illusion that he had left. After all, as long as he was in these forces, they would always be suspicious. As soon as Yihan left, all the major forces became active instantly. Those who spent a lot of money to ask for a water bead ended up spending money to go to the mercenary union for identification and were beaten back. This situation is also very common in Yuguan. He found a large area of similar water beads, but they were all rejected. If it weren't for the fact that Kirin Tong Xianzhu was really there, Yuguan would have felt that he was being fooled. The one who had the best chance of obtaining it should be Emperor Zuyi, but unfortunately the water beads now perfectly explained what it meant to be dark under the lamp. Emperor Zuyi searched the treasury. He sent people down to look for it again, but they still couldn't find it. Little did they know that the real water beads were on his clothes, which he wore almost every day. The whole situation seemed to be like the ruins, and it suddenly became a deadlock. Yihan would not let this happen. Jin Ringsu, tell Yuguan first, and then tell Emperor Zuyi in a day. Jin Ringsu rolled her eyes after listening to Yihan's words. It was too mean. You had taken all the bamboo shoots on the mountain. Will you really give them the Kirin Tongshan chrysanthemum when the time comes? Yes. Why not? It's just to buff the Kirin Tongshan chrysanthemum. Yihan smiled. He was not a fool. Would he really send the fairy grass to help the enemy? Of course not. Ben Tiaofeng added a little ingredient to the Kirin Tongshan chrysanthemum, which would not affect the essence of the Kirin Tongshan chrysanthemum, but if eaten, it would be poisonous. There is no problem at ordinary times, but Ben Tiaofeng has a trigger. Once it is called, not to mention that a person will be killed directly, at least a titled Douluo will lose his combat effectiveness. So Yihan hopes that Yuguan will get the Kirin Tongshan chrysanthemum in the end. Really not fatal? Although Zhu Douluo is a sissy, he is still a good person. Jin Ringsu asked with some concern. Yihan shrugged, don't worry. After getting an accurate answer, Jin Ringsu wrote a letter and sent it directly to Gui Mei. After reading the content of the letter, Gui Mei immediately left and found Yuguan. Yuguan, the young master has found the clue of the water drop. Yuguan, who was still confused, ran over in an instant. Where is it? Yuguan asked passionately. On the clothes of Emperor Zuyi, there is a water drop that is exactly the same as this description. Gui Mei handed the letter over. Yuguan read it very carefully. To be honest, he was a little moved, but he was a little hesitant. You know, Emperor Zuyi is the emperor of the Xiandao Empire, and it's a bit difficult to do it. After thinking about it, Qirong Tong Bianju still overcame reason. Let's do it. It's much better in the hands of the Xiandao Empire than in Yihan's hands. Let's go immediately. Maybe Emperor Zuyi has already known. If the fairy grass is replaced, I really have no chance. I'll go with you. Gui Mei quickly followed. Old ghost. Yuguan looked at Gui Mei with some emotion for a while. Is this a good brother? Is this a good friend? Okay. Thank you for this. As the two of them flew to the Xiandao Empire, a letter quietly appeared in the palace of Emperor Zhu Yi. At first, when he saw that it was a letter from Zhu King, he didn't care, most likely reporting that he was safe. As a result, he was stunned when he opened it. He quickly ran to the side of his clothes, took out the photo of the mercenary union's bounty, compared it carefully, and laughed wildly. Ha ha ha. Good. Good. I am indeed the chosen one. Seeing that it was getting late, Emperor Zhu Yi took off the water drops on his clothes, put them away carefully, and prepared to rest. As a result, he was frightened when he laid down. He frowned, looked at the jade box on the side, and was a little uneasy. Come on, send the Imperial Guards to the mercenary union in the Xiandao Imperial City, quickly. For some reason, he always felt that the water drops could not be saved. This situation was not good. In order to avoid more trouble at night, Emperor Zhu Yi was also very angry and went directly at night. Anyway, the mercenary union was not closed at night, and it was open 24 hours a day. A large number of Imperial Guards were mobilized to surround the Snowy Night Emperor. Guimei and Yu Guan, who had arrived near the palace early, saw the actions of the Imperial Guards and knew that something was wrong. What should we do? Yu Guan asked anxiously. Guimei showed murderous intent. It's easy for us to title Douluo to snatch it, but it's more troublesome to solve the problems later. Snatch. Yu Guan said with murderous intent after only half a second of hesitation. As the Snowy Night Emperor left the palace, Yu Guan and Guimei acted quickly. Guimei quickly took the life of the Snowy Night Emperor. The sudden change caught everyone off guard. A large number of Imperial Guards gathered to defend the Snowy Night Emperor, but Yu Guan was already standing in the crowd. A large number of petals turned into sharp blades, taking away lives one by one. The appearance of the spirits showed that neither of them had any intention of hiding. Guimei grabbed the unresponsive Emperor Zhu Yi and said coldly, "Where's the water drop?" The pupils of Emperor Zhu Yi shrank, and he said with some difficulty, "Are you, the Spirit Hall, really going to start a war on the continent?" Guimei didn't care about that. He exerted force on his hands. Emperor Zhu Yi felt suffocated for a moment and subconsciously grabbed Guimei's hand, trying to break free. Unfortunately, as a titled Douluo, Guimei was still very strong. After waiting for a while, Guimei let go and said coldly again, "The thing. Give it to me, I will live. If not, I will die." Feeling the cold murderous aura of Guimei, Emperor Zhu Yi knew that Guimei was serious, and reluctantly took out the jade box. "The thing is here, let me go. Let all these soldiers disperse." Faced with the current situation, Emperor Zhu Yi had no choice but to obey Guimei's wishes, and soon the surrounding Imperial Guards dispersed. Guimei took the opportunity to open the jade box and observe it. He nodded to Yu Guan, let go of Emperor Zhu Yi, and the two left quickly. In an instant, they disappeared. Emperor Zhu Yi felt his body lighten. He sat on the ground, breathing heavily, and the nearby Imperial Guards quickly surrounded him. "Waste, what are you looking at? Go chase. Bring back the water drop." Emperor Zhu Yi shouted angrily. You know, he was only one distance away from the immortal grass to the mercenary union. It was like a cooked duck flying away. How could he bear it? Wuhan Hall. Good. Really good. On the other hand, Yu Guan and Guimei wrote a letter to Bibi Dong early for this operation. When Bibi Dong received the news, she didn't believe it at first. After all, Yu Guan and Guimei had been working hard under her, and they were role models in the industry. Now that there is such a crazy side, but Bibi Dong didn't mean to blame. As long as she didn't attack Anil City, she could still withstand the Xiandao Empire and Xingluo Empire. Besides, if Yu Guan gets the Kirin Tongshan Chrysanthemum, her strength will definitely increase dramatically, which is a good thing for her. Yu Guan and Guimei rushed all the way and found a mercenary union farthest from Xiandao Imperial City. After all, there was no mercenary union in Wuhan City. Yuhan soon learned that the two had come to the mercenary union and sent someone to deliver the fairy grass. Yu Guan got the Kirin Tongshan Chrysanthemum, and Yuhan got the water beads. It can be said that everyone was happy. Yes, it's the Kirin Tongshan Chrysanthemum. I've been looking for it for so many years, and you finally got it. Yu Guan looked at the fairy grass in front of him with some fascination. Guimei was relieved to see the fairy grass, but still said vigilantly, after all, this is the territory of the Xiandao Empire. Let's leave first and go to Wuhan City to find His Holiness the Pope to check the fairy grass. Yu Guan also agreed when he heard it. Now that he has obtained the fairy grass, it must not be taken away again, otherwise Yu Guan will definitely go crazy. On the other side, Yihan naturally got the water beads. With this thing, he packed up his things, notified Jinring Su, and prepared to set off. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelis. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 197 Tea Art. I originally thought that getting the water beads was the most difficult process, but I didn't expect it to go so smoothly. But the road to the south again is not so easy to go. It's not difficult not because someone wants to block him, nor because someone knows that they haven't left. It's because Jinring Su and Yi and others are now disgusted with each other. You know, there were many conflicts in the last time they were in the evil city. If it weren't for Yihan, they would probably have fought. Now they meet again. Wow, the women are showing their fighting to the fullest along the way. You know, this is the first time Yihan has seen Esdeath and others like this. The villain in his heart kept thinking, fight. Fight. But this is just a thought. Okay, stop arguing. Jinring Su, didn't you say you would listen to me when you came? Yihan had a headache interrupting the fight between several people. Jinring Su looked at Yihan very obediently after hearing this. Yeah, whatever Brother Han says is what it is. Ugh, Yihan felt nauseous. Don't be like this, you know that it's very green tea. What is green tea? I saw it on the way here. Aren't you guys supposed to like it? Jinring Su returned to normal and asked with some doubts. Little girls are little girls. Xiao Han likes this. Esdeath pulled Yihan's head and put it directly in his arms. I have to say that I really like it, but for the sake of my own face, Yihan still came out quickly. Ahem. Well, from now on we are a team. We should help each other and don't quarrel, okay? Team, okay. Looking at Jinring Su's confused little eyes, Yihan realized, team, don't quarrel. For Xiao Han's sake, it's true, but this woman is a member of the Spirit Hall after all. I hope she doesn't commit suicide. Otherwise, I won't show mercy. Esdeath looked at Jinring Su indifferently. Jinring Su nodded, don't worry, I won't. I'm very good. The journey was quiet, and Yihan finally felt the silence. Soon, the group came to Tengchang again. It was the first time that Jinring Su saw such a tragic situation. Last time, the people in the evil city weren't all dead, but now the people in Tengchang are all alive. Where is the city lord here? Yihan shook his head. He ran away a long time ago, and also snatched the water beads to offer to Emperor Zhu Yi, which led to the rapid decline of Tengcheng. Jinring Su looked ugly. What a waste. I must find out who it is when I go back. Yihan did not doubt this. After all, Jinring Su's other identity is the Prince of the Xiandao Empire. It is more than enough to deal with the city lord. You find a place to rest first, and we will go to find Tang Yu. Yihan took the water beads and went directly to the place where he was last time and knocked on the door gently. Who is it? It's not on you again. Are you addicted to receiving benefits? It's been so long and you're bringing people here again. Tang Yu's unpleasant voice came from inside. Yihan smiled. It's me. Come in. Yihan pushed open and saw Tang Yu with a casual look on his face. You don't seem to be worried at all. What's there to worry about? You will come to me if you can get the water beads. If you don't find the water beads, it's useless to come to me. Tang Yu said nonchalantly. Yihan shrugged and handed the water beads to Tang Yu. At this moment, Tang Yu's eyes showed a little fluctuation. It's interesting. I didn't expect you to really get the water beads from the Xiandao Empire, and you seem to be fine. Is that city really the fourth largest force? It's Anil City. If you walk in the direction of the Xiandao Empire, or if there are caravans coming and going, you will know us. Yihan said unhappily. Tang Yu smiled. Don't be angry, you know we are in a barren place, not even soul beasts, not to mention caravans. It is normal that the message is blocked. Tang Yu handed the water bead to Yihan. What do you mean? Yihan looked at Tang Yu with a puzzled look. My father is the former city lord. He was the one who led us to explore the south. In order to ensure sufficient water sources, he left a lot of water sources and took the water beads away. Listening to Tang Yu's explanation, Yihan's pupils shrank. Do you mean? Yes, it's the water bead. The water bead was on me at the time, So I was fine when I went in, and everyone else died. Tang Yu said with some sadness. Yihan didn't know how to comfort him for a while. After all, Tang Yu's father was among the dead. Does that mean only one person can go in? Yihan looked at Tang Yu with some disappointment, but he thought he couldn't be greedy. The water bead can be activated with soul power. At the beginning, so many of us were able to reach the deep order because of a soul master, but the water bead consumes a lot of soul power. You are all soul masters, so it shouldn't matter. Tang Yu explained. Yihan was relieved about this. If he really went in alone, Yihan would definitely go in by himself. If anything happened, Yihan could also run away with the special features of the king's treasure. Now that everyone can go in, with Bing Hao and Zhale, it shouldn't be a big deal. What's in there? Yihan asked curiously. Tang Yu was stunned when he heard this, and thought for a while, nothing. It seems to be just a pillar. I touched it and fainted. Then there was no treasure, so he ran away with the water beads. Yihan nodded to show that he understood, distributed the food and water in the soul guide to Tang Yu, and left directly. According to the structure of the ice god, the so-called pillar should be a test for whether one can participate in the god test. It seems that Tang Yu doesn't even know that he has passed the god test. Tang Cheng is not big, and Yihan quickly found Dai Yi and others, and handed the water beads to Zhale. Uncle Zhao, try it and see how much soul power is needed to activate this soul power to wrap all of us. Zhale took the water beads and injected soul power into them. An ice blue barrier enveloped everyone for a while, and a cold feeling arose spontaneously. Oh my god. This thing is better than Bing Hao Ayu's ice. Zhale said excitedly. Bing Hao Ayu rolled his eyes in annoyance. Then don't use it next time. Don't, Lao Bing, just tell me if I'm telling the truth. Zhale teased. Although Bing Hao Ayu didn't want to admit it, the barrier created by the water droplets was indeed very comfortable. Wait, it's ridiculous that I, an extreme ice, can compare with others in terms of comfort. How is the consumption? Yihan asked worriedly. Zhale felt it himself, very slow, so slow that it can be ignored. Yihan nodded. In that case, let's go. After explaining the situation of the water droplets, Yihan summoned Vimana again. Jin Ringsu was still a little shocked when she saw Vimana for the first time. You know, there are many soul masters who can fly in Douluo Continent, but such a huge spaceship is really the first. Is this a soul guide? Have you already mastered this technology in Anil City? Jin Ringsu asked in surprise. No, it's just what the spirit brings. Come up. Don't waste time. Yihan wanted to pull Jin Ringsu up, but Esdeath pulled Jin Ringsu up first. Thank you so much, Sister Esdeath. I'm not as good as you. I can't even get on a spaceship. Stop it. Don't act young. You don't know how old you are. Seeing Jin Ringsu was sick again, Yihan stretched out his hand unhappily. Give me the book you're reading. Don't read it anymore. Jin Ringsu took out a book and handed it to Yihan with a puzzled look on her face. Why? I think it's good. I asked my maid to try it and the effect is remarkable. Yihan looked at the cover of the book, How to Compete with a Bunch of Women for Men. Seeing this title, Yihan's mouth twitched slightly. This book is not a good thing. If you keep reading it, you will definitely become a green tea spirit one day. Jin Ringsu nodded as if she understood, but Esdeath took the book with interest and opened it to read. After reading it for a while, she frowned and the whole book turned into ice crystals. After reading the content of the book, Esdeath finally understood why Jin Ringsu's personality was sometimes good and sometimes bad, and this book was outrageous. Hold on tight, let's go. Yihan's soul power urged Vimana to speed up. Jin Ringsu didn't react for a while and fell backwards. Yihan subconsciously hugged Jin Ringsu. The air was a little quiet for a while. Esdeath said indifferently, this trick is also in the book. It's very skillful. Jin Ringsu was stunned and felt a little wronged. She really fell. She really didn't act. She never thought of using this trick. After all, she was a soul saint. How could she fall? Fake fall is too embarrassing. But on Vimana, Jin Ringsu didn't expect Vimana to start so fast. Shouldn't it be gradual and go up one gear at a time? You just use turbocharging, and change from first gear to fifth gear. Who can withstand it? Chapter 198 Critical Moment. The group came to the familiar death border again. Zhao Lei injected soul power into the water droplets, and the blue barrier appeared again to wrap everyone. How is it? The consumption has indeed increased a lot, but it is still within the acceptable range. Zhale said confidently. Seeing this, Yihan no longer hesitated and said seriously, I will go first, you follow me, if I have any problems, you will just withdraw. Faced with Yihan's approach, Yi and others wanted to stop him, but Yihan knew that if he couldn't do it, then something really bad would happen. Yihan was wearing a golden armor at the moment. Don't get me wrong, it's not golden. The golden armor on the body doesn't have any special blessing, highlighting a cool look. Now is obviously not the time to show off, so Yihan chose the golden armor of the little sun Kurna, and after wearing it, it is an immortal artifact. Unfortunately, it is only amazing defense and can resist a fatal injury. If you want to really be immortal, it is estimated that you have to be a titled Douluo. Actually, Yihan originally wanted Uncle B, that is, the 12 Trials of Heracles. This thing is not as awesome as the golden armor. If you take it and die once, you won't be afraid when you come back. Besides, there are 11 other lives, isn't it good? It is definitely good, but Uncle B's treasure cannot be used after taking out all the soul power. After Yihan's test, resurrection is the biggest consumption of soul power, and the other is the resistance to the same damage after resurrection. After all, even if Heracles is not very good in the original book, he is still a god after all. As Yihan took the first step, others followed behind Yihan, facing the blue barrier and ripples when entering. Obviously, there is some ability to attack the barrier. Looking at the barrier that is unscathed, Yihan can be regarded as relieved. The group walked along the broken stone slabs and moved forward all the way. Soon they came to a damaged palace, which is really incomparable to Luo Zai's palace. The current situation here is particularly dirty and messy. There is only one stone pillar standing in the middle. Although it is covered with traces of time, it is still magnificent overall. How about we try to touch it? Yihan thought for a moment and said uncertainly, just like what happened with the Luo Zai, let's see if anyone can activate it. Everyone thought about it and agreed. Yihan was the first to put his hand on the stone pillar, very quietly. Others tried one after another, but unfortunately there was no response at all. Could it be that the Vulcan stone pillar has run out of energy? Yihan looked at his hand of ash and said speechlessly. What is this? Is this the Vulcan's divine test stone pillar? Jinriksu was shocked. She had always thought that Yihan and others were just looking for the key, but she didn't expect that a shocking news would suddenly break out. Ah! I forgot to tell you. The golden lightning is the symbol of the thunder god, the ice flower is the symbol of the ice god, and the flame naturally needs to be found by the Vulcan god. Yihan said it easily, but Jinriksu was really speechless in her heart. This is not just one key, there are 7 in total. According to Yihan's logic, doesn't it mean that she needs to find the locations of 7 divine tests in total? Jinriksu was numb, and even had some doubts. If it weren't for Yihan, she might not have found the entire Douluo Continent in her lifetime. After all, Douluo Continent has been around for so many years, and there are only a handful of people who can find the god test. Don't be stunned, let's look around. See if there are any signs of the god of fire in these ruins. Yihan pushed Jinriksu, who was stunned, and said. Jinriksu nodded in a daze for a while. Yihan carefully checked all the places, and also lifted up the ruins to check around, but in the end there was nothing, just like Luo Zai's temple. Except for an intact pillar, there is nothing to use. Maybe it's not here. Ben Tiaofeng said with some doubts. Yihan was also a little shaken. It's not that the so-called sign must be in the temple. Just like the sign of the god of thunder, it rushed out from the thunder. Xiaofeng makes sense, check it carefully again, and then we will leave. After Yihan finished speaking, he kept checking around, and Zhale also followed behind him very cooperatively. In the end, there was still nothing, and everyone was helpless to prepare to return the same way. Xiaohan, this pillar still has energy. Yi suddenly said. What did you say? Yihan looked at Yi with some doubt. Or it didn't have energy before, but I don't know why. After we went around so many times, a lot of energy has accumulated on this pillar. Yi explained. Upon hearing this, Yihan walked towards the stone pillar and carefully placed his hand on it again. The stone pillar, which had originally had no reaction, suddenly burst into flames, and the next moment a special energy was about to rush into Yihan's body. This scared Yihan. You know, these energies are unclear, how could he rush in? The heavens lock and the king's treasure instantly blocked the attacking energy. After a stalemate for a while, the energy began to slowly dissipate until it disappeared. Oh my god, what's going on? What the hell is this energy? Yuhan said with lingering fear. You know, just now, the first thing these energies hit was the heart. These energies seem to be absorbed from the water droplets. Zhao Lei hesitated for a while, and said solemnly, although it is very little, my consumption has indeed increased since I came in. At first, I thought it was because the concentration of erosion became higher, but if you perceive it carefully, the extra soul power did not dissipate, but was absorbed by the stone pillar. Yuhan frowned and looked at the stone pillar. Old man Bing, destroy this stone pillar for me. You are crazy. This is the inheritance of the god's examination. Although it seems to be abandoned, it is a god after all. Bing Haoiyu said in amazement. Luo Zai said that the current gods do not have temples. In other words, the temple here may have been set up by the last god of fire, so smash it for me. I want to see what is inside. Yuhan felt that he seemed to have grasped some key points, but there were some unclear points. Bing Haoiyu hesitated for a while, and the soul power on his body fluctuated. The extreme ice instantly froze the stone pillar, and a scorching flame suddenly appeared to fight against the extreme ice. Since it has been done, Bing Haoiyu will not be polite. 9th soul skill, Ice Burial. The entire stone pillar was annihilated in an instant, disappearing without a trace, and the previous flame also disappeared. For a while, a symbol was exposed in the air, which was the flame key that Yuhan and others were looking for. There is a problem, my soul power is rapidly decreasing. Zhao Lei suddenly said solemnly. Yuhan looked at the blue barrier. A large number of ripples showed that the energy of internal erosion was constantly erupting. Seeing this, Yuhan rushed to the direction of the stone pillar and grabbed the flame symbol. A piercing pain arose in his right hand, and the golden armor suddenly burst out with a golden light. In an instant, Yuhan was wrapped in a flame. Such a terrifying situation caught everyone off guard. Bing Haoi's soul power quickly covered Yuhan, but it was of no use at all. The heat of the flame continued to increase, and Yuhan could already feel the heat of the flame. Damn it! You want to burn, right? Let's burn together. 3rd soul skill, release the real name, release magic, flame, the flame that belongs to Karna alone. Karna is the son of the sun, and the flame he uses is also the flame of the sun. The power is very terrifying. He has experimented with it before in the evil city. A huge golden flame burst out from Yuhan's body, which is completely different from the previous flame. The soul power on Yuhan's body constantly supports the golden flame. The golden flame did not disappoint everyone, and began to suppress the so-called backhand left by the so-called god of fire. It began to devour it little by little, until the flame on Yuhan completely disappeared, and Yuhan stopped supplying soul power. It's outrageous that there is such a backhand. Yuhan lay on the ground and gasped heavily. The symbol held in his right hand was exactly the same as the flame symbol of the ruins. Awesome. You kids still have this ability. Bing Haoiyu was also shocked before. After all, his extreme ice had no effect. He didn't expect Yuhan to directly turn the tables and defeat the flame with fire. Esdeath and the others quickly gathered around, while Tang San skillfully shot Yuhan. The ability of the 4 bullets was still very buggy, and Yuhan instantly became lively. Good job, Zio-han, you are not afraid of danger, and you still have a blank expression. This is not like you. Zhao Lei walked over and teased. Yuhan smiled disdainfully. It's so funny, I took a lot of pictures, and I almost had to change my pants, but I didn't have time to be scared before the situation. This is the truth. The situation just now was really terrifying. If it weren't for the golden armor, I wouldn't have waited for Yuhan to use Karna's ability. Facing the straightforward Yuhan, the group also laughed. As things happened, the entire erosion energy disappeared without a trace. Although it was still very hot, the temperature dropped by 1 level. Chapter 199, Clearwater City. After getting the flame symbol, Yuhan did not stay for long and directly drove Vimana away from this place of trouble. After all, Yuhan currently does not have the strength to deal with the real gods. Although the god of fire said that there was no inheritance, there is indeed a divine test inheritance of the god of fire. Even the stone pillars were destroyed by himself. If it is investigated, it will not be a trivial matter. It's raining. And Tang San, on you, the old man who is the first person Yuhan met, looked at the sky in disbelief. From childhood to adulthood, Tang San has never rained. According to his grandfather, Tang San has never rained at all, but at this moment, the sky is covered with dark clouds, and a small raindrop hits his face. As the rain gets heavier, the originally dead silent Tang Chang suddenly becomes lively. Tang Yu in the house also heard the sound of rain outside, and looked to the south in surprise. Did you do something? Yuhan drove Vimana and saw Tang Chang covered with dark clouds in the distance. At first, he thought that there was a tidal Douluo in Tang Cheng. As a result, Zhale and Bing Haoiyu both said that there was no tidal Douluo in Tang Cheng, and it was just ordinary rain. Now Yuhan had to complain. This dark cloud just covered Tang Cheng, not more, not less, making Yuhan think it was artificially gathered. The group wrapped themselves with soul power to prevent the rain from getting on their bodies, and as soon as they entered Tang Cheng, they saw Tang Yu standing at the door, as if waiting for someone. Yo, it's just right that you are here, so I don't have to look for you. The water beads are for you. Yuhan handed the water beads to Tang Yu, who carefully observed the water beads and carefully put them away. I want to know what you did in there. You know, it won't rain in Tang Cheng since ancient times. Tang Yu said seriously. She was afraid that this was a flash in the pan. After all, she had been relying on water beads to live, and the final result was also seen. The water beads were robbed and Tang Cheng was instantly in decline. So this heavy rain gave Tang Yu hope that Tang Cheng would really get better. Yuhan thought about it and thought that it was probably because of the inheritance of the god of fire that the area was hot and there was no rain. In the future, Tang Cheng will not be so hot and it will rain frequently. Although Tang Yu did not know why Yuhan was so confident, from all the signs, it should be Yuhan who caused the rain this time. After getting what he wanted, Yuhan did not plan to stay. He originally thought that he could collect 7 keys and summon the dragon, to open the ruins by spending time, but just 1 key almost cost him his life. Under such circumstances, Yuhan did not plan to waste time. Our next destination is here. There is no hotel in Tang Cheng. I think we can go here directly. According to the map, this is the commercial district of the Xingluo Empire. Yuhan pointed to the map and asked for opinions. Everyone must have no objection to this. After all, Tang Cheng is really broken and it is still raining heavily, so the group got on the carriage and headed straight to the destination. You all seem to know what you are going to do. Tell me too. Jin Ringsu hesitated for a long time. To be honest, the others were chatting enthusiastically, and she was listening alone and couldn't understand. It was very embarrassing. Yuhan then remembered that there was another Jin Ringsu. Seeing that Jin Ringsu was so well behaved, Yuhan pointed to the confirmed destination and said, according to the information from the ice god, this should be the territory of the former water god. Although this is a commercial district, it is because of the development and construction of the Xingluo Empire. With this explanation, Jin Ringsu also basically understood that it seemed that Yuhan and others had several god positions. Entering the territory of the Xingluo Empire, Jin Ringsu put on her veil. Yuhan also knew that this kind of empire must have information about Jin Ringsu, but Yuhan didn't care. But if she was recognized, she might think that the spirit hall in Anil City had joined forces, which would cause trouble. As a result, because Jin Ringsu wore a veil, Yi and others also thought this method was good. After all, it is human nature to appreciate beauty, but there are always some people whose eyes are filled with evil thoughts. So covering the face became a good method that had to be mentioned. Originally, Yuhan did not intend to wear this veil used by girls. After all, he was a 7-foot-tall man. In the end, he succumbed to the momentum of Esdeath. The reason was not that Esdeath and others wanted Yuhan to wear it, but that Yuhan's face was very beautiful. Even though Yuhan did not wear a veil, some people still looked at everyone with disgusting eyes. After nearly a month of rushing time, Yuhan and others finally arrived at their destination, the Bishu city in the Xingluo Empire. The reason why it was called Bishu City was because there was a magical clear water lake in the city. Food cooked with this lake water tastes better, can make people strong, etc., and the lake water is sparkling all year round, and the clear water is clear, which looks very quiet and beautiful. There are also soul masters who use the lake water here, but they find that the effect is minimal, so they don't care. Yuhan's purpose this time is to go to this lake. After all, anything that cannot be explained by soul power and science must be done by God. Okay. Everyone is tired from the journey, you can go out for a walk by yourself. If there is anything, we can talk about it after a day of rest. Yuhan found a place to stay and said with a smile. Jin Ringsu walked to Yuhan and said shyly, I'll follow you. Anyway, I don't know what to go for. Tang San and others who were originally going to leave on their own were shocked to see this situation. Others were just about to stick to him. Zio-han, let's go together. Compared with the reserved Jinring-su, Tang San hugged Yi-han very boldly, with a charming voice and full of temptation. If Yi-han hadn't been so determined, he would have fallen. Jinring-su looked at the people who were originally going to leave but suddenly stayed, and knew their ideas. She said a little unhappily, "Aren't you going to leave? Don't disturb our world of two people, Yi-han." It has to be said that Jinring-su is shy with Yi-han after all, but when it comes to Esdeath and others, she is really a bohemian and free-spirited type. Funny. A world for two. Esdeath looked at Jinring-su indifferently. Yi-han saw that they were going to fight. Somewhat helplessly, he said, "Stop, let's go together. Anyway, let's go shopping together." "We can't. Zia-han, give me some money." Zhao Lei didn't know when he appeared in front of Yi-han, and kept rubbing his right thumb, index finger and middle finger, and the meaning was self-evident. Looking at Bing Haoai and Zhao Lei, who were somewhat expectant, Yi-han thought that the two of them had indeed worked hard in the place where the god of fire was tested, and he was not stingy. He took out a gold soul coin card and handed it to the two. Oh. The boss is generous." Zhao Lei held the card in his hand, and ran away with Bing Haoi's arm in arm. After all, Yi-han and others now have the power to protect themselves, and they don't have to pay attention to and protect them all the time. Zhao Lei left, and Yi-han and others also started shopping. In fact, Yi-han was resistant. He just wanted to find a place to eat something and then do it for a day, or find information about the Clearwater Lake. But it is obvious that even Jinring-su, who has always had a bad relationship, has reached a strange tacit understanding with Esdeath and others, and directly told Yi-han, "No, you don't want to, you just want to go shopping with us. Okay, let's go shopping. It's not that I haven't been shopping before, but is it really okay to take her to a lingerie store so unscrupulously, especially when the waiter has to recommend it to Yi-han," which scared Yi-han to run out and observe the people on the road with Dongtang. Yi-han was walking around here, and the Xingluo Empire on the other side had received the news that Yi-han brought two titled Douluo. You must know that Yi-han's weight is very heavy now. If something happens to Yi-han, it must be a big war. Of course, it is beneficial to befriend Yi-han. So the emperor of the Xingluo Empire thought about it and transferred Daimyo and Zhu Ziuking back from the extreme north and stuffed them into Bishu City. Daimyo actually resisted, because doing this made him the same as a licking dog, and if Yi-han's real gender was a girl, let alone being a licking dog, it would be fine even if he was a dog. But after all, he is not the emperor yet, and for the sake of his position as crown prince, he can only endure it. Chapter 200. I didn't say I had to pay. Yi-han and his companions were at the edge of the Clearwater Pool. The Clearwater Pool here was diverted from the Clearwater Lake. In this case, Yi-han would of course find a place closer. "Uncle, can we get some water from this Clearwater Pool?" Yi-han asked politely, looking at the old man who seemed to be a caretaker. The old man took one look at Yi-han and knew that he was an outsider. He took out a big sign from somewhere and put it in front of Yi-han and others. It read, "A normal bottle filled, 1 gold soul coin." Such a clear price tag made Yi-han stunned. He said speechlessly, "Uncle, isn't there another lake deep inside this lake? Is there a charge there too?" The old man touched his beard and said casually, "No, there's no charge there. If you want to go there, go there. If you can't afford it, don't hang around here." Damn it. Yi-han had a bad temper. "I am the lord of Anil City, and I have money-sucking tools such as potions and mercenary unions. You say I don't have money?" Yi-han said that I have no interest in money and I have never touched money. "Give me a bottle." Yi-han took out a gold soul coin and handed it to the old man, and was about to get some water, but the old man grabbed him and pointed to the small words on the lower right corner of the sign. "Please use the official designated bottle, the price is 1 silver soul coin." Fuck, you're still doing bundled sales? You're deceiving consumers. Yi-han looked at the old man in front of him unhappily. "This kind of thing is a matter of willingness, and I clearly mark the price," the old man said very proudly. "Then give me back the money, I'm going to get it myself." Yi-han, who wanted to get the money back, saw the old man turn the sign over, and there were 4 big words on it, "No refunds." Yi-han's blood pressure rose for a moment, and the old man said with disdain, "Seeing that you are dressed so well, I thought you were a rich man, but I didn't expect you to be a pauper." Yi-han didn't want to say anything more, threw a silver soul coin to the old man, picked up the bottle and went to fill it with water. This time the old man didn't stop him, and it was relatively smooth. Just when Yihan was about to leave, he saw a man fetching water on the road. Yihan was stunned for a moment, looking at the old man who was eating melon seeds behind him in disbelief. "He's fetching water." Yihan pointed over there. "I know." Crack. Pa. The old man spit out the melon seed shells in his mouth and said vaguely, "Then won't you charge?" Yihan said in a daze. "Did I say I would charge?" The old man's dirty talk made Yihan stunned, and he pointed at the sign in disbelief. "Isn't that it? I just took a sign to play with, to mock you for being a pauper. When did I ask you for money? Wasn't that a gift from you?" Facing the righteous old man, Yihan was speechless for a while. This sudden change made Jinriksu and others laugh unconsciously. After all, in Jinriksu's view, people like Yihan basically never suffered losses, but they were defeated here. "Huh, old man, you are really an interesting person. Let's leave it to a friend. My name is Yihan, what's your name?" Yihan was angry at first, but after thinking about it, it was completely unnecessary. He didn't need this little money. "What are you doing? You don't want to take revenge on me?" The old man looked at Yihan with a vigilant face. "I didn't expect that you are so vicious at such a young age." I'm not angry." Yihan's mouth twitched slightly. "I'm not angry at all." "Haha. Don't be angry, young man. My name is Zhang Xiu. At least you are right about one thing. Our family has been protecting the clear water lake for generations." Zhang Xiu's words made Yihan, who was about to get angry, not know whether he should get angry or not. He could only turn around and leave angrily, and Jinriksu and others followed him with a smile. Young people nowadays have a really bad mentality. Zhang Xiu's voice made Yihan's pace faster. After walking for a long time to the hotel, Yihan finally recovered. He handed the water in his hand to Benjo Feng. "Zio Feng, check if there is anything special about this water and see if you know the reason." The inspection took a long time. Yihan and others were not in a hurry. They dispersed to look for some clues or rumors and waited for Benjo Feng's test results. Hi, what a coincidence. Just as Yihan was strolling, a stiff greeting sounded behind him. Yihan turned around and saw Zhu Huqing with an indifferent face and Daimyo with an awkward smile. Anyone who is not a fool would know that the situation is not simple. "What a coincidence, don't you know?" Facing Yihan's direct words, Daimyo was relieved and said helplessly, "I can't help it. You also know your current status. Because I participated in the Advanced Soul Master competition with you, we are considered acquaintances, so the old man in the family sent me here." Yihan nodded to show his understanding. "These big families are like this. I understand, but don't follow me." Why don't you just tell me what you are doing here? I can go back and report directly." Daimyo said with a smile. Yihan shrugged and said casually, "You also know that I haven't even taken care of the ruins during this period of time. I just came here for experience. This time I came here for one reason, to rest, and the other is to take a look at the so-called clear water lake." Daimyo thought about it and it was true. The continent has been infinitely quiet recently. The only lively place is the ruins in the extreme north. It sounds like it is really the case. Yihan had already thought of this statement. He was not a novice who would tell others everything. You know, he brought Jinriksu with him because he hoped that Jinriksu could manage the spirit hall. As for Daimyo and Zhu Huqing, even if he invested in them, they would definitely be people of the Xingluo Empire after some problems. But Jinriksu was different from Zuxi. Jinriksu was almost devoted to him now. As for Zuxi, since Yihan asked her if she wanted to become the Empress of the Xiandao Empire, this child could be said to have been working hard. Just when Daimyo wanted to say something, Yihan saw Ben Xiafeng speaking in the group and interrupted Daimyo directly. "Don't worry, I'll leave after playing for a few days. Xiafeng is looking for me and is leaving first." Several people received the message and ran towards the hotel. After a while, everyone was there. I think so." Jinriksu ran away. At this time, Yihan realized that Jinriksu did not have a game system. As for where Zhaolei and Bing Haoe were fooling around, it was still relatively safe in the city anyway. If he didn't wait for Jinriksu, she would surely explode in a while. In desperation, Yihan went out to look for her. Fortunately, Jinriksu was not far away and he found her in a short while. Seeing the people who had gathered, Jinriksu was stunned. "Since no one notified me when you gathered." Yihan didn't elaborate on this. "Ahem, Zio Feng, tell me." "Okay, I tested this water source and found that there is a kind of energy that belongs to soul power. I used potions to separate this energy and compared it with the energy from the god of fire. It belongs to the same kind of energy, and it is exactly the same as the ability on the water droplets. Ben Tiaofeng's meaning is very clear. There is energy belonging to God on the water source, which means that this water must be related to God, and it is exactly the same as the water droplets, which means that the water droplets are the water god. No wonder the water drop can produce water and block the erosion there. Jin Ringsu said in surprise, since that water drop is a product of God. Anything else? The energy in the water is very little, so little that it can be basically ignored. Even the supply of soul masters cannot do it. It can only be used by ordinary people. Moreover, the energy in the water seems to be the kind of energy accumulated over time. Ben Tiaofeng suddenly didn't know how to describe this situation. Yi said in confusion, I have seen the clear water lake. The entire lake is clear, and you can basically see what is in the lake at a glance. The lake is not big or deep, so there shouldn't be anything hidden. Will it be hidden under the soil? Liya asked speculatively. This possibility cannot be ruled out. We should still investigate this. Yi Han was also unsure about this. In addition, are there any harmful substances in the water? No, the water source seems to be beneficial to the human body. There is no harm at all. Ben Tiaofeng said very confidently. Yi Han felt something was wrong. He didn't believe that the water god was such a good person. He left lake water specifically for people to improve their physical fitness. At first glance, it seemed like a good thing. But how many gods in this world do good things? Of course, Yi Han would not kill them all with one blow, and would rely on himself to find the answer. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.